If I kill that bird. Marvin, that's a bald eagle. Get away, baldy! Yeah!
Oh, well. Good evening, and good evening. This is The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve. GubsRadio.com. We are live here at beautiful Burgerology in Patchogue, New York. Live at the Burgerology Beerfest here in 2022, live outside. As you can see, you'll have traffic and people going by. But before we start our show this afternoon and this evening, we have a few sponsors. Steven, usually Peter would pick it up from there, but
what is he? What is he doing today?
Yeah, he's the ring bearer.
Right.
At one of our friends' weddings.
Yeah, ring bearer.
He couldn't make it tonight, so he's ring bearing.
He looks so cute too in a little
more like
outfit.
a ring bear.
Well, he is a ring bear.
Yeah. So we'll miss him today, but we have Steve here to give us a little bit from Rosie's Draft Solutions.
Rosie's Draft Solutions is a Long Island family-owned business that provides professional draft beer system services, line cleanings and maintenance, draft beer line system installs, event dispensing solutions, and more. They are passionate about craft beer and making sure it has the same quality as when it left the brewery. That is only done by making sure the draft system that's being poured on is perfectly clean.
Clean and tight.
Clean! Rosie's services bars, restaurants, halls, events, and all other beverage establishments, including the home kegerator.
Boom.
You guys got to get a kegerator from them. They'll set that shit up perfect there.
It'd be nice and tight and no foam and clean as a whistle.
You'll be pouring beautiful beers right in your own goddamn house.
Love it.
They do installs across Long Island and Westchester. You can reach them at rosiesdraftsolutions@gmail.com or call them at 631-219-2075, Monday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mention the Wort for a nice little discount, and they might touch your backside.
Maybe a little sun kiss on the lips.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great. Go to Rosie's Draft Solutions for your discount and tell them the Wort sent you. Nick is a great guy. Ryan from 27A's just hopping on real quick.
Look at that guy.
I figured he's walking by. Get him on real quick.
Get him on.
Hold on, let me pop on his mic. Yeah, there you go. What's up, buddy?
Hello, everyone. What's up?
What's going on, right?
So we're just doing our intro. We just got Rosie's Draft Solutions. Let me quickly go through this. I want to ask you a few questions really quick.
Sure.
Today we're also sponsored by, let's go with Brewbag. Brewbag for your beer pong cornhole. You can see it back here. We're going to set that up in a little bit, probably right around here. Play some beer pong cornhole right here outside. Go to brewbag.com or go to our Instagram in our link tree and find the discount for your Brewbag. Go to brewbag.com. We are also sponsored today by
Beer Maker, BEERMKR. It's your all-in-one, one-gallon homebrew system, all grain.
Countertop.
Countertop. If you have a small place you're living in, you don't have enough money for all the equipment that you need for home brewing, and you get all crazy, this is the thing to go with. They have kits that you can buy, and again, it's all grain. It's not you're not doing extract.
Nope.
You're really brewing with this thing, and all the parts can be dishwasher.
That can be.
They are dishwasher safe.
Yes.
So there's none of that sanitizing everything and being crazy.
How nice would that be? Just have an entire brewery just sanitize itself in a dishwasher.
Right.
That would be great.
Right? where you just push the button and you go home.
Yeah, we're good.
Absolutely.
And the next day it's ready to go.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's Beer Maker. You can go on to beermaker.com, and beermaker.com, if you put in the Wort discount on not only the systems themselves, but on some of the kits. Again, watch some of the videos from them before you buy. You'll be so impressed.
It's
Beer
awesome.
Maker.
Go to Beer Maker or go to our link in our Instagram, beermaker.com, the Wort, for your promo code to get percentage off your order. We're also sponsored today by VintageBeerShirtClub.com, VintageBeerShirtClub.com to get your vintage beer shirts. Also sponsored by, by the way, we have a promo code there, the Wort Physics. Physics.com. Go to Physics and get your tabletop dispensing system for crowlers, 750 milliliter bottles. Have fun with that. Go to Physics.com, type in promo code The Wort, and receive a percentage off your order. 20% actually, Steve.
Oh,
that's
right.
We are also sponsored by, and big shout out to Brewers Hardware. Just sent us a nice big care package for the rest of the guests for the second half of the year here, and the Wort 5th year anniversary. And we will be absolutely giving some stuff out along the way in the next 6 months. So thank you to Brewers Hardware.
Yes, guys,
and of
thank
course
you
we
so
have
much.
a promo code, The Wort. For all your large capacity or small batch needs, go to brewershardware.com. Did I leave anybody out? Just shout out to Hopscotch. Yeah, I did vintage.
Vintage.
Yeah.
Well,
pretty much
especially our boys at Hopscotch who are actually here today.
They're here today pouring District 96.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exciting. I got to get in there. So just to give you a little lay of the land before we get started really quick with Ryan, we are at Burgerology in Patchogue. They have an inside. They have an inside the fence, and then they have an outside parking lot. That's where we are today. And as it goes along, people will be stopping by to do that. Really quick, I want to talk to Ryan, and our video froze. So I'm going to start you up with a question, and I'll restart our video. Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Is this
How are
the
you guys?
first Burgerology that you've done a taste at or a
Yes,
fest at?
first
Yeah.
one.
Nice.
All right,
I'm
so
pretty
how
excited. It's looking
All right,
good.
more
Yeah.
importantly, what did you bring today? Because I saw a little something nice, little something special, a Randall, little Randall action. If anybody doesn't know what a Randall is, it is basically a unit that goes in between the keg and where they pour, and they could put whatever the fuck they want in it, and it's usually delicious stuff, and it changes the flavor of the beer that is the base, and it's usually a wonderful thing. Ryan, what do we got going on, brother?
With dry hop Pilsner.
And
Lightly dry hop, Citra Motueka, Lutrica Vikes, because always good Vikes. So nice
Yeah.
and crispy, a little new school, a little old school, and then through the Randall we got Sour Patch Watermelon. So just to put it over the edge, but not too
Sour
much.
Patch
You know, I like
Watermelon.
to have fun,
Well, you know what? We didn't expect this, but it is a gorgeous freaking sunny day here today.
Oh yeah, I got sunscreen if you need any. If you need the tent at all.
I'm
You guys got a tent,
I'm
you're smart.
Polish,
Yeah.
and I burn like I'm almost like a vampire. The sun hits me and I disintegrate.
I figured out the error of my ways. That's a new GoPro over there, and I never set it for the auto shut off. It was for 5 minutes.
Okay.
So sorry for those of you guys who are watching for a second there, it froze, but we're good now. So I'm sorry, I missed. What are you pouring today?
Oh no, yeah, you got to tell them about the Randall. That's more important.
That's you
Got
brought
the
the
Randall
Randall.
going.
Oh shit.
Citra Motueka dry hop Pilsner. Going through Sour Patch Watermelon.
Sour Patch Watermelon, this guy. And well, for today though, that was really smart because it turns out today is like 70-something degrees, bright sun.
Yep.
That's something that I know I'm going to want to drink.
Refreshing.
Yeah, refreshing, yeah.
Well, we'll be over there in just a minute.
Yeah.
So
without doubt.
we spoke to you only about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
How's the new season turning out? You got the
that's
the
right.
porch open.
That's when I
Things are
passed. That's
going
when
well.
I passed away from COVID.
Oh, that's it.
I didn't get to make
This
it.
guy. Look, everyone looked at me like I was crazy.
Yo,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I was like, he lost his battle with COVID. That's
The horror on their faces. Oh my God, Steve's dead.
Just to reiterate, what I meant to say was he's never gotten it, and then he finally got it, so he
Succumb
lost
to
the
it.
battle.
I succumbed to it.
But that even sounds bad.
That's so wrong.
You know, I mean,
man.
Pete was distraught. He's
Yes.
like, "You just killed Steve off the show."
Well, you know, it happens.
I know it happens. So the beautiful day today for being
Yeah.
out there.
Hell
You
yeah.
talk to Mel and see what's going on over there. It's getting.
She's holding on the fort, so
right.
yeah, we always have like a nice little Sunday
Well,
fun day
I was
crew.
going to say,
Yeah.
you,
A lot
with
of families.
the new porch you guys got,
Yeah.
you know, that you started last year, now it's so nice. People are going to be all hanging out
This
there.
is going to be the
absolutely.
one, man. This is
Yeah.
everyone's getting out. It's a packed out summer.
Yep.
I looked at my schedule. I went, do I have like no days off? And I don't mean like work wise. I mean just busy with
Yeah.
everything in life. Everyone's trying to catch back up to what they had. They're trying to go back out. Perfect timing to hold out through the COVID stuff. And to be still open now.
Just a week ago, right, or 2 weeks ago, you guys had the Lindenhurst Spring Fest there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That looked like a happening thing.
Oh yeah,
I did a quick walkthrough.
yeah. We were slammed all day.
yeah,
line out the door for 7 hours. So
Yeah, oh
our
my
busiest day ever. It was
Awesome.
great.
And that's
How many
awesome.
things you kick?
A lot. It was
Well, it's a good thing you got that big new tank now.
Well, because
Yep.
we've had other things in Lindenhurst, but we haven't had something to that level where they close off both north
right.
and south
Yes.
of the tracks,
Yes.
and had so many people, vendors, and it was a nice day. It was perfect.
Well, we do all working together on the revitalization of the downtown per se, right? So
Cool.
Sand City, everyone else. But we haven't been able to do too many events because of COVID seasons and this and that. So now it's a good sign for all our events we're planning for summer.
That's awesome.
Now, did you hear anything new about the bank? I saw something.
It's
posted.
Mary Carol's.
I know, but are they actually doing it now? Because they said no.
Yes. No.
And someone else said no.
No, it's happening.
Now they're back on it. All right.
Yeah, they were just waiting on finalization. I actually spoke to somebody from Mary Carol's.
Ah, all
and
right.
they got the finalization.
Okay.
It's a group of people invested into it.
Right.
They are going to open up. It's going to be so fucking awesome for the town.
Yeah.
That's big. Again, more foot traffic, more people around.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right in the town.
And Mary Carol's has been around 25 years.
Yep.
Over in Babylon. So expanding their brand and what they do, and I know the last few years they've kicked up their craft beer. Years ago, Mary Carol's was you hung out and you drank bugs and you had mixed drinks.
Right.
Guinness all night.
Yeah, brother. They had the outdoor area, and now they're really into the craft beer scene. Bunch of taps.
You got to embrace it. I mean, you're in a town with its 3 breweries at this point and a meadery. I mean, that's what's been drawing people in.
But they also, the original, they stepped up the game there because, they saw what's the writing on the wall is. There's so much better beer out there, and you're going to attract another demographic of people, and you want that. You don't want the. People get old and they still go and they want that same thing, and then they die, and then you lost a customer. So I know that sounds more. I mean, I was dead from COVID, so I'm back from the grave.
See, you're
That's
a
right.
zombie. Zombie Steve is here with us
Zombie
today,
Steve.
folks. I mean, so you guys have a full slate booked. What else does the town have planned for the next few months? Are they going to do that beer festival again with the Stein Holding contest?
That's Oktoberfest. So we got plans. Then we have Ales by the Rails, which is like a little.
That's
beer
what I'm
fest.
talking about. Yeah, that's right.
So we're helping them out with that a lot.
That's a great one. Right there in the little quadrangle.
And I feel bad about that because for years I did that fest, but I didn't do it. I would just give them kegs.
Yeah.
Right. So
But I was never able to make it.
Who was pouring for you?
Oh no, I just gave it and they set
It
up
was our
a
chamber. It was our
chamber. Yes.
Did Flag basically do that right?
Yeah, they set it up, and then the chamber kind of ran it all. This year we're going to change it a little bit, focus more on the local, other
that's awesome.
friends. Yeah, so get involved with that, and then also we have 3 Wednesdays on Lowwoods, which is kind of like our Live After 5 or whatever you want to call it. So
great idea too.
we already got those dates planned out, so we're pretty excited.
Awesome.
Full schedule for the summer.
Yeah. You know what? And all the communities are really doing that because again, from us not being able to do things for basically 2 years. Now everybody's like, okay, we're catching up.
Now's the time.
Even though the COVID rates are up as they killing us. And,
That's not a.
and I had it. I survived. Well, I was dead, but I survived.
The good thing is the mortality rate is not what it was. So I thank God for it just being. My dad got it recently. He's 76. He was fine. A little cough, a little sneeze.
That's exactly what I had.
Yeah.
So
just being smart. That's all.
That's what it is. You just gotta be a little smart. Once you know you have it, fucking stay away from people for a little bit.
Don't
right?
be an idiot.
What to do.
Stop being a douche.
Just stay in.
Just stay
Ryan,
the fuck in.
give us a big plug on what's going on and how people can check out 27A.
Mainly Instagram, Facebook, social media, and we're always pumping out new beers, seltzers. We have some other things in the mix. We just got approved for our farm brewery license. So
Bingo.
Nice.
So you'll see. So stay on. But we're pumping out different Randalls, different casks, like just trying to have fun.
I feel like every Friday you have a new Randall set up for something crazy.
Yeah.
We're focused on more pop-ups.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Working together with other small companies, businesses.
It sucks to clean that thing.
That's my biggest thing. I literally, because I got it from Joe. I got it from a Brewzo.
Yeah.
And I used it when we first opened because I only had 3 beers on the board, but that was the 4th, right?
Right.
The blonde was something else. And then one time we were getting too crazy. I put Fruity Pebbles in there.
Oh,
and everyone loved it.
But
And
it was
I kept
soft
cleaning it,
and
and they just kept coming out for hours. And I was like, I put it away for 2 years. And then the other day, a couple weeks ago, I was like, you know what?
Never doing that again.
Let's bring it out. And I'm like, all right, now I have a better.
Better idea of what works in there and what doesn't. Like gummy stuff works for sure.
I would think
because
pressure and really hot water would help on that.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's. I remember years ago having the little Blickman like chiller, and man, if you got any particles in it, it all day long, every day, and you're flushing it and flushing it. Like, that's still in there. It's not coming out.
We're good.
my cleaning SOP of it has evolved, and it still is. You know, so always learning and working with it, but it's a fun thing. You know, it gets people excited about it.
Oh yeah.
So.
And for anybody that's going to come out to Lindenhurst, if you live anywhere on the South Shore, just take the goddamn train.
Yeah.
Get off right at Lindenhurst, walk down the street, and you have so many places that you can just walk up and down, hang out.
3 breweries and meadery. It's awesome.
Yeah,
a great scene going on.
It's one of those towns that again we could fit more.
We could do more. With more coming.
We have more coming. Yeah.
So that's the great thing.
Ryan, thanks very much for hanging out with us.
Thanks, guys.
We'll catch back up with you, have some drinks, and we'll hang out.
Be good, guys.
Right, thank you, brother.
Ryan from 27A Brewing, right there in Lindenhurst, Long Island, checking it out today. Check them out. Some good stuff over there. We got a full slate plan. We got some people here that we've had on, some people that we haven't had on. So I want you to stay tuned for all of the interviews throughout. We are at Burgerology right here in Patchogue for the Burgerology Beerfest 2022, and we'll be right back after this.
Govs Radio.
This is the Wort on Govs Radio.
Hi, so we're with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com. As we said, Peter is a ring bearer today.
Ring bearer.
For his own, his as a family wedding.
Yeah.
He's a ring bearer.
He's
not
a ring
bearer.
No, he's just a bear.
Who we have in the tent today? We have John from Lost a Farmer. What's up, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey guys, how are you?
What's going on?
Good,
we had
man.
you on season 4, towards the end there.
I believe that was your first show back from COVID, no?
In studio. That's right.
I was honored.
That was
That's right.
We were very happy to get back in the studio and stop doing fucking Zooms. It was so annoying.
Yeah, it's so much
it's
more personal where you have
impersonal.
somebody across from you,
And
drinking their
talking,
beer,
hanging out
with them.
Speaking of which, we are drinking, District 96?
96.
Yeah, we'll come back and we'll have some Lost
Is that
Farmer.
a New England IPA?
Yeah, of course it is. One of my faves.
And which you guys are not. You did not bring that today.
I did not.
No.
I brought a lager
Yep.
and a Berliner Weiss.
Yeah.
There you go.
Love it.
Lager all day, for sure. This is one of those days for it. John, you and I were talking on the Instagram DMs. You got something brewing. You got something big coming.
Besides beer.
baby.
We were just
Besides
hanging
beer.
out with Garvey's and saw this facility that their arena that they're building. We'll talk to them later.
Yeah.
You got something going too,
Oh, yeah.
which he was stunned at the square footage.
When you told me the square footage, I was like, do you know how big that is?
Yeah.
That's fucking beautiful.
It
well,
was
coming from where you were,
right.
and where you are, rather,
Right.
and you're going to keep that, right? That's going to
Yep.
stay.
No, that stays. Mineola
That
stays. At least for the duration of our lease, because we don't own the building.
Right.
And I would always love to have a brewery in Mineola, so I would probably look for the nearest, best location in Mineola at the end of that lease.
And go somewhere just
Yeah,
right around
yeah,
there
but
so you
Just
don't.
keep the brewery in Mineola, for
Yeah.
sure. That has always been a plan. It will stay a plan for life.
Cool. Tell us about this this thing. He's got his own arena going.
It's insane.
You guys better start your own hockey leagues. Hockey leagues.
I know, right?
Turn a little bit that way towards the camera. Look at the shirt he's got on.
Oh,
yeah, that's an Islander fucking
go.
Lost Farmer shirt, brother.
Go.
Fair enough.
That thing grew like a weed, right? So it was an old grocery store, C-Mart or C-Town, I believe it was called, in Malvern. The landlord subdivided it into 4 locations. I looked at one of the locations, which was like 1,800 square feet.
That's not doing it.
Right, so then I looked at the other one, I said I'll knock the wall down, and then I looked at a third, and then the fourth, and each time I talked about taking the next space, the price went down.
Went down.
Yeah, because so I was
it's
thinking
like
more.
buying in bulk.
Yeah,
So
all right.
he was going to have 4 tenants, and now he's going to have 1 tenant instead of 4.
Right.
Because it was subdivided.
And it makes sense for him to just have to deal with 4 different people.
One
It
check,
makes him deal
one
with
check every month for him. One headache instead of 4. I mean, listen. So that kind of grew quickly, but yeah, it's over 7,000 square feet, and we just purchased a 15-barrel brew house.
Okay.
8 30-barrel fermenters and 8 15-barrel fermenters.
Who'd you guys go with?
Same.
Oh,
style,
same company?
Yeah. We had Alpha contracted for us and everything, so mix and match a couple other company parts, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Our demand was obviously there, so that's why I was looking for another location to brew beer.
Sure. How is the town?
Malvern?
Yes.
Great. I already got all my approvals. That's done.
Get out of here.
All the approvals.
Holy shit.
I went in front of the board last Wednesday. They approved everything. This one's going to be a little different operation. This one we're going to serve liquor at, and we're going to have a full restaurant. So
Because you guys have a farm license?
Yeah. So we're going to do wine, cider, liquor, meat, the whole deal. If it's like over 200 people,
He came right in with it. See, I said sit
Boom.
down.
Yeah.
Joe DeMead.
Yeah,
Coming in hot.
He's gonna add the stuff in there.
Oh, yeah. I had to turn you down because the mic is the speaker. Go ahead.
Well played with
There
the
we
mead.
go.
Just gonna say that.
Came right in. Perfect timing.
We got the speaker kind of tucked behind the trees over there, so that one mic tends to pull a little harder on the thing, but we'll talk through it. It'll be fun.
But yeah, we got Joe Abruzzo right here from WA Meadwerks.
Another Lindenhurst representing. What's up, buddy?
Hi guys, how's everyone doing today?
Yeah.
Awesome.
How are you doing today? Got the bucket hat, got the mead, the mead net shirt?
I stole this early release Bridge Lane bucket hat from my friend Dave Benthal. He's like, this isn't even released yet. I'm like, I'll take that off your head.
Yeah, that's mine now.
Don't you worry about that. So what's the plan eventually for the thing? Are you gonna have several bars, indoor, outdoor?
Yep, all of it. Yeah, 2 bar, one long linear bar.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 feet long.
Any food.
Full restaurant.
Wow.
Tacos. We're bringing tacos to Malvern.
Okay.
There's no tacos in that town, and they
outta
need
here.
tacos.
So
we're bringing
not a single.
Right, but we're not. It's gonna be more like American style tacos. What fits my brand, Lost Farmer, right? So
Right.
we're gonna do like pulled pork tacos, the farm style,
Right.
Of like Americanized tacos, buffalo shrimp tacos, stuff like that.
Okay.
Cool.
But we'll have a full restaurant. I'm sure there's obviously gonna be other items on it. I'm just very taco forward.
And of course, we all know it's Taco Tuesday, Wednesday,
Right.
Thursday,
Yeah,
Friday.
And they got 3 Italian restaurants in Malvern, and that's it. Just Italian
Yeah.
food, which I love Italian food. Pasta's my favorite food, but the town doesn't need Italian food. It has it.
Okay.
The town needs tacos.
Very nice. Yeah, guys.
Oh.
Yeah. That's okay.
Oh boy.
He brought me shot.
Shot.
Is it tequila? Is it tequila? Oh, I love tequila.
Well, did you ask how much it was?
No, how much is it?
It's complimentary.
Yeah, I'm doing promo for Patron, so these are complimentary shots.
Hold on. Hold on.
This is going so bad. It's so bad. Added a son.
Well, I get to talk, but I get to say my voice is
Well,
kinda
just for
gone,
that's
though.
okay. That's right. No,
say it?
I wanted to quickly promote. So you said you were
And you got
promoting it,
shots.
right?
Yes.
So what's the company? What's the thing?
So I work for Heart Agency. It's
Okay.
a promotional company.
Yeah.
So we kind of go around to different bars and restaurants and beer distributors, liquor stores, and
Right.
we promote alcohol. So we kind of hand out, like, sometimes I'll have, like, POS.
Yeah.
So I'll have, like, some T-shirts to give out. I'll have, like, little koozies, you know, like,
Oh, yeah,
just a bunch of
yeah.
cool stuff.
Yeah.
Today happened to be Patron. So I get, like, a spending limit, and then I get to go out to bars and just kind of
Yeah,
socialize
yeah.
with people and promote the alcohol.
I used to be a bartender. People would come in all the time
Really?
on weekends and do the same thing.
It's such a great job. Like,
We had
I've met
Blue
so
Point
many
come in here.
people.
Yeah,
Especially if you're a social person.
Yeah, no, I mean, my voice is a little gone. Usually I don't sound like this, but...
Well, that was from last night.
yeah. I was gonna say she was partying last night.
That was
That's
last
what it
night.
Yeah, for sure. So name the company again. How can people get in touch with that, or what do they
So
promote?
they're actually always hiring too. It's Heart Agency.
Heart Agency, okay.
H-A-R-T, Heart, not
Okay.
like your heart.
Yeah.
But no, it's Heart Agency, and they're always hiring too. They're always looking for girls, guys, you know, just like all over there on New York City and also Long Island.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
we're kind of all over the place.
There you go.
It's really awesome.
Are you enjoying the beer fest? Have you been to one of these before?
I've never been. I honestly had no idea this was going on, if we're being honest.
Boy, they fooled you, huh?
Yeah, I pulled in and it took me 25 minutes to find a parking spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck is going on? I see a huge line. And I'm like, I'm just here to do patrol.
Free parking right over there.
I literally love beer, so this is great.
Well, but you know what? I guarantee nobody's turned you down yet.
Honestly, I have.
Oh,
People
what?
have turned me down. They literally said to me, they were like, I'm not there yet, but come
I'm
back
not
in a little
there
bit."
yet. Yeah, they're warming up. They're stretching
5
out.
o'clock. You get people like,
well,
yeah,
that's when I'm done. I'm on it. So like the promos usually go from like 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
It's depending on if it's at like a beer distributor or it's at a bar, you know, like sometimes we do like cool events like at golf outings.
Yeah. Yeah,
We'll do like hockey
Joe,
events, like it's
wanna do a
honestly
shot?
really cool. I met so many amazing
No.
people through this job.
They'll go to
Come on, Joe.
they'll go to the island.
No.
I'm sure.
We did like
No, I'm not going down this
the
rabbit hole with you right now.
Yeah.
No, they're like little kids, but
You're like the
they're
voice of
islanders.
reasoning.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Yeah,
I never knew you were.
It's 2:45.
Yeah. No tequila shots for
2:45.
Joe.
It's really cool though.
He doesn't want tequila
It's
shots.
too early.
It's too early for
You
tequila.
actually seem
But you're right. They're on the same
Fuck
plane.
you,
They're
Steve
like,
Fine.
I don't think it's about that
Send
time.
it.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah,
I'm not there yet. It's a good
I
You're the guy
get
who
it, though.
slept on
It's a little
green.
early.
I did.
So what are you guys doing?
It's called being passed out.
Hold on. So we are a
Beer podcast.
craft
It's great.
beer podcast. This
Actually,
is
no,
John.
buddy, that's really
John's
impressive.
owner-operator of Lost Farmer. They're over there in the corner.
Wow.
This is Joe. Joe owns WA Meadwerks in Lindenhurst. He has somewhere over there, right?
We're inside the courtyard.
He's on the
That's
inside.
right, yep.
And Steve used to
so
have a
dope.
brewery. Steve used to have a brewery in Farmingdale called Barrage. But now Steve and I are partners and we do a radio show.
Steve
you'll
is
be
the
on the radio
OG
tomorrow.
pastry
This is
boy.
awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. We
This
have a
is
good time.
seriously awesome.
We're not
I've
live
had
now.
two
We're
Yodas.
recording.
Right now.
Burgerology go. I just want to say
This is
sorry
awesome,
what
though,
happened.
but I'm gonna go
Thank
right
you
now.
so much.
Yeah.
You
Enjoy
are
over
the
there.
OG pastry boy.
We'll be around.
Thank you guys.
You
for
got it.
this.
Thank you
This
for
is
coming
so
on.
awesome.
Thank you.
It was great meeting you guys.
So Hart founded
Hart, H-A-R-T.
H-A-R-T. There you go. All right. Wanted to get that out there. Yeah, for sure.
If you move closer, I will take one of those shots from you.
No. Are you going to do one?
I am going to do
All right.
one.
there
I
we
was
go.
just bullied into this.
Steve and Joe are taking tequila shots.
I hate
love it.
tequila.
Can you grab
You
the
don't
lime,
hate
Joey?
tequila, do you? No, I'm good.
Oh, and you're gonna bully me into this and you take a lime,
You
baby?
no limes? All right.
Stimulant of alcohols.
Nice. There we go. There you
Oh,
go.
that's not that enjoyable. I just don't like tequila.
Oh man.
It's not for me.
Give her a little cash later. Throw a $5.
She's gone.
I know, but she'll be around. Very nice girl. Thank you very much.
No,
for
she's
stopping
very
by.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I actually had some friends that did promotions, not for that company, but for a particular company. And I know you guys have done golf outings.
Oh yeah.
I got to
you-
drink
yeah, you
early
guys- so
because
it's
I'm
not just-
stopping within probably.
It's not just those types of
An
companies
hour.
that do it.
Right.
Even the breweries go out. You
Yeah.
guys have done a bunch of these. I saw it on the Instagram.
And she's all about
tomorrow.
it.
We're
She's
sponsoring
dying.
one tomorrow.
Oh, really? Where are you going to be? They're having their own
Son,
conversation over here.
These two guys.
Hey,
It's all good.
conversation.
Brookville Country Club.
I was asking about it. He's got a
It's actually a great.
golf outing.
It's a great event. It's actually the outing is called Mercy First. It is for foster children.
Okay.
And we're just one of the we just
What it is?
one of the
like
phrases.
sponsors?
Yeah,
or-
sponsors. Yeah, exactly.
Cool. So you got like a stand jockey box pouring for the golfers?
Actually, we're not even pouring beer there. We just put our sign on one of the tee boxes and donated money.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all about just donating money so that they've been doing it for over 100 years. This
Yeah.
church, Mercy, and it's just to help people who don't have homes.
We used to do the Joe Namath event on that page.
Yeah.
We did that like 3 years in a row.
I saw some people with the Boomer Esiason Fund today.
Yes.
They were doing cystic fibrosis,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And so they had somebody was sponsoring them, or somebody I saw it on Instagram. One of the breweries was sponsoring theirs for sure. That's pretty freaking cool. So I mean, to go back to the new facility.
Yes.
Where is it located
marker?
in relation to where you are? So it's right on
He's
Hempstead.
a-
15 minutes away
today.
from
Yeah.
where we are.
Okay.
So it's
I was
not
gonna cross
far.
his name out on the stickers.
It's not a far drive, which some people are a little confused because like why would you have two breweries so close to each other?
Right.
But hey, listen, I'm not creating this formula. Greenport did it before us. They have Carpenter Street, and 15 minutes away they have their larger facility,
Right,
and
yeah.
both thrive.
Right.
So
It's definitely
I'm not
something that
reinventing
prove
the
it.
wheel here.
Right.
It works.
Well, that's good.
Actually, St. James.
Yeah, same
They
thing.
have their facility
Same thing.
in Holbrook,
Right.
but
So-
their tasting room.
They're totally separate environments. They're gonna have different beers. We're gonna brew beer
Oh,
in
cool.
Mineola on our 7-barrel and keep it and serve it there. We're gonna brew beer in Malvern on our 15-barrel and keep it and serve it there. Totally different experiences.
So where we
Are
at?
you going to cross at all? Like maybe one of your flagships are on both?
Sure.
Okay.
I have to.
Okay.
Because we're gonna have like 3 or 4 main beers, like Top Gun.
Top Gunner,
It's
yeah.
a
Right.
UBS Arena. It's single IPA. People love it. Everyone wants it. Yeah. We got it.
Cool.
We just dropped Stable Shaker on Friday, which is an American lager, 5%. It's got a little bit of this logo going on the can.
Yeah.
And the stable is UBS Arena, so we made a beer, Stable Shaker, with we collabed with my buddy Devin, who owns a merchant, clothing company called Yes Men Outfitters. He makes clothing.
Oh, okay.
It's a non-licensed NHL brand, but he's killing it. So we made beer together.
Bingo. That's it.
Yeah.
It's all about the networking. And
Yeah, we're gonna
connecting
drop.
back and
We're gonna do
forth.
a merch drop with it, hats,
Yeah, we
shirts, hoodies, all that.
Anytime you do that cross,
Yeah, I gotta say we
It's
did just
both audiences in the end. That's
we
what it
did
is.
just do an awesome collab, which also came out on Friday. It's a double IPA. It's called Fair Trade, and we did it with an up and coming brewery called Adapt beer project. And Bert is the owner, and Julius. They're great people. Bert is the head brewer at Finback.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this is his side project.
Yeah.
Adapt.
Yeah.
Bert, yeah. We did a beer together, but not with Finback. We did it with Adapt.
Right.
And it was a blast.
That's cool.
And it's a ridiculously good beer. Ridiculously good beer.
I'm excited. You guys are going to have a lot of things. Where are you at in the planning phase of this?
I have my architectural plans. I've got everything mapped out.
Yeah.
Now I've got to get to the physical side of it, which will happen this month for sure.
Okay.
I have to put, so it's above a bowling alley. There's a bowling alley below me, and it's next to a movie theater. So this is the ultimate date spot. Brewery, bowling alley, movie theater in the same building.
And a brewery.
And I gotta put dunnage on my floor because it's not a slab on grade. It is like a 4-inch thick concrete slab, and it will fall into the bowling alley if I don't put dunnage, steel dunnage across the floor, and then build a platform and put the brewery on that.
Right.
So I basically have to build a bridge.
A room in a room.
Yeah. Dude, it's like insane.
And so
But I'm all for it. I love doing things I've never done.
Yeah.
That is what wakes me up every day.
it's
To do
ambitious
something I've
as
never
shit,
done.
I'll tell you that.
People really don't realize what kind of goes into this, but you take an empty tank and what it weighs, but then you take a tank that is filled to
Right,
capacity.
it's a 4-point load too, so you have 4 feet, so the load is carried to those 4 feet.
Without doubt.
And I have to go into the bowling alley, open their walls, put lolly columns in their walls to carry the load above it, and then run steel across it.
But for you enjoyed this because that was before you opened up the brewery.
And I
That's
still
what
have
you
my
did.
construction company. It's still rocking and rolling, so I get to bring the best of my businesses, like collide, best of both worlds. I get to do both.
Boom.
And when it's all said and done, you're going to sit back and go, oh yeah,
Yeah, I sit
did
there
that.
in the middle of the
I
night.
did that.
I did that in Mineola when we were working and we wanted to get open quickly. I worked 24 hours a day, overnight, and I sometimes would sit Indian style in the middle of the floor and just look around and be very proud of what I do, which is
cool.
which everyone should be. You should be proud of your podcast. We all should. If you're not, then what are you doing
Take
it for?
pride
right?
in what you do.
Correct.
I agree.
But also, I was putting my first brewery together, like assembling it, the tanks and everything, and all that literature. I read it all twice. And the reverse osmosis filter. Like, and I don't read, right? Like, I don't like books. I don't care for books. I don't care for words on paper. But I read through that shit like it was the Bible, and it was.
The next phase would include that structural
First
stuff.
thing, Actually, no, I apologize. Let's back it up. I gotta do small demo. I gotta get rid of the interior walls that he subdivided.
Right.
Make it all one space again.
Yeah,
But that's easy. That's one day.
Yeah.
He put a drop ceiling in. I'm taking that out.
Okay.
Taking the
Gonna open up
subdivided
the
walls
ceilings
out.
a little more
Yeah,
and
get the height in there. Leave the ceilings open.
All right.
Yeah, not a lot of work in there. I'm gonna polish the concrete floors, do the structural stuff, put the brewery together, build a bar,
Brilliant.
paint it.
What's your anticipation open date for that?
It's got to be in the fall, just because of how ridiculous construction is right now with materials,
Cost
the
and
supply, demand, the chain, the port, everything's getting held up on import. It's like I can't control any of that. All I can do is the best I can, which is order the stuff like 6 months in advance because everything windows right now on my residential projects are 6 months out.
Yeah, facilitate.
6 months out. It's crazy. 6 months store windows, so you have to plan your jobs.
It's May now. That would be like November.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking
forget
about
it if you want like a custom window.
Right.
Forget about it.
Are you gonna do like garage doors?
Yeah,
Something.
3 of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now you're over a bowling alley. Does it have like a patio? Does it have something else there?
No, it's just a very, like picture a grocery store. It's just a very rectangle building. What's up, boys? What's up? Dave.
There you go.
It's Dave and George. Dave and George. These guys pour beer on the regular.
Hey, bro.
What's going on? What's going on, boys? Good to meet you, man.
The concept sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Once you have it done, what's your capacity? How many people do you think you fit in
Over
there?
200. Well over 200. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Indoors.
I saw that. I just saw the thing. We're big Mets fans, and we're looking at the Mets game.
Oh, what's the score? Dude, I went on Monday night.
It was
Peter Alonso just scores about like 4-2 good guys.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
buddy.
love him.
Dude,
yo, I went on Monday.
What about that comeback?
Yo, that's a dope shirt.
Look at this.
Yeah, look at us. Look at us go.
See my shirt?
I love it.
I'm like, you see my shirt right now?
Yeah, I love it. Dude, I went on Monday.
I'm unfortunately a Ranger fan.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I love hockey.
Tonight's
I
the
love
game.
hockey too.
Let's
I'm
fucking
fucking
go.
go.
This team is 11 games over 500.
Yep.
And I go on Monday, bring my son, and they lose. They score 1 run. I'm like, how is this my life? Like, what kind of Mets fan am I?
Well, you're a Mets fan.
Yeah, Mets fan.
That's how it goes.
Jeez.
That's how it goes, brother.
They
All
couldn't
Mets
score
fans,
more
yeah.
than 1 run.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile,
J.D. Davis triples in the bottom of the 4th. Pete Alonso scores.
There you go.
Oh, wait, the Mets still trail. I'm sorry.
Wait, what, Joey?
I can't read.
They're losing 4-3.
I saw the update that he scored, but I didn't see what the total
They're
score
losing
was.
4-3. I'm sorry.
All right, well, let's listen. It's
Oh,
still
who
early.
started? Cookie today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago when they were playing Philly and they had like the greatest comeback in the top of that
Oh, my
inning,
God.
9 at-bats, 8 runs. They won that game by 1 run. I watched the entire game, all 9 innings, until that part, and I turned it off. And then all of a sudden,
I had to go to work the next day. I'm like, I
turned
gotta
the
go to
game
bed.
off.
no, I never will again in my
Not
life.
this year.
I never do. I'm that guy
I made a
who
mistake.
will torture myself and like punch myself in the dick repeatedly. I'm like, I'm just torture myself because because the first time I do that, I'm gonna miss that.
Dude, I was so hurt inside. I didn't get over that for like 3 days.
I was back and forth to the Ranger game. I stopped watching a Ranger playoff game.
You should.
to go to that.
Yeah, the Mets are
Well,
amazing.
here's the thing. So you went to bed or you shut it off.
No, I shut off. It stayed up.
What about the fucking guy that left the stadium?
Oh, God.
That's on his way home, still listening to the game.
You
and
used
goes,
to roar the crowd as
and
he's
goes,
looking under the
no,
lights. Though.
That
what's
was-
going down? No.
That was single-handedly, since I've been alive, the greatest Mets ninth inning.
Yeah, it was
Straight up.
And as of right now,
I watched all the highlights. I rewatched it 7 times.
right now,
Lindor
on the
cranked one
encore.
out, started it off,
Yeah.
and
When
then
Lindor had that home run, I'm like, I'm like, if they don't win, that's fine. But I'm like, I just feel like something's
going on.
Like,
Something's going on.
Like, this team, there's something there with this team, and I'm like, okay.
Sorry, Yankee fans, you guys are doing well also, but we're Met fans.
Yeah. We don't expect that. We just
Class act.
we get completely sidelined
what
with something like that.
what a well-run organization right now, currently from the top down.
Yep.
Owners,
Because Uncle
coach.
Stevie doesn't give a fuck.
Dude,
To spend all the money he can.
it's the best way to
The
do it.
CBA took so long because guys were scared of Uncle Stevie.
Yeah?
I was looking the other day, and I was looking at like the richest owners in baseball. He's like 4 times richer than the Steinbrenner family. So if George Steinbrenner said,
crazy.
"Fuck you, I'm gonna buy everyone,"
Yep.
the second richest owner in baseball is like $8 billion bucks. Like Steve, he's like double the second richest owner in baseball.
The investments he's made and the things he's done.
Yeah.
He let
He's definitely
Robinson
done
Cano
shit.
walk away at $40-something million.
He's like, "Oh, it's fine."
He's
Said,
like, yeah, but
perfect.
"Shoo, I'll pay him off." It's
That
fine.
was perfect.
Let me
The
take my
total
wallet out real quick.
opposite of the Jets.
Oh, my God.
That's another thing.
Opposite organization.
I am technically a Giants fan, but I've been to more Jets games than Giants.
I'm just
games.
over football because the Jets suck, and I cannot.
It's hard. It's hard to watch.
Well, this year, though,
Oh, here we go.
a lot of tight
No, you're not gonna
ends,
do
a
that
lot
to
of
me.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
Juju
do that to
Smith,
me.
brother.
You're not gonna do that to me.
Show me. That's
Yeah.
what I say.
Yeah,
Just show
straight
me.
up.
Show me you can win. Come out 3-1 in the first 4, and I'll watch again.
But Zach Wilson's mom is hot. And that's
That's
it.
a plus.
And that's it.
That's a plus.
That's it. That's what we got. That's what we got.
That's hilarious.
So,
Thank God I'm with Chief.
Joe, really quick. You guys, we were talking to Ryan before from 27A. Lots of stuff going on
what
in the village.
What he did to your Randall.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he
I wanna pop that in there to have some continuity from the last segment.
he did.
So he done ganked that from you, and
mean-
now
He would use it more than we would have.
that's true.
I like to give things to my little brother. I refer to him as little bro, and he refers to me as big bro.
All right.
When he does dumb things, I'm like, hey man, don't do that.
Now you guys had Springfest
Yes.
in Lindenhurst. How'd that go? How was the?
It was awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Great turnout. We had a killer day. Everyone in town made money. Tons of new people in town.
What's that?
Strung well.
Ryan
in
said
Lindenhurst.
it was.
What is it? It's a festival?
Springfest, just like a street fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
kind of
awesome.
like a live
Like a
after 5.
promenade or-
Yeah.
That's
I know.
awesome. Love that.
But we've been getting more and more of those. Lindenhurst between Sand City,
Yeah.
27, Meadwerks,
Yeah.
Breslau, all the restaurants and everything.
We're always mentioned last.
I know.
But we were the first to open.
Yes, you are.
I'll start with
far, yeah.
Meadwerks,
Yeah.
27A, then Sand City, then Breslau.
I mean,
there you go. In that order.
you could do it in the order we opened up.
That's what I just did.
I know.
All right, okay. I'll do it from now on.
Yeah.
I'll make sure.
Hey, be better,
wait,
right?
I got
Be
it.
better.
I want to ask Joey this one.
Yeah.
Joe, what was open when you guys opened? What were the restaurants that were open? Because
The brew house where the murder happened.
I didn't want to go there.
What murder?
Obviously, the Lantern.
Is
No,
this a
there's
bit? Is that urban legend?
There was no.
Bring me up to speed. Bring me up to speed.
No.
Real murder.
There was a legitimate murder. Guy got his head run over in our back parking lot. It was on Channel 5.
What?
The news lady was talking, and I'm like, Meadwerks sign is in the back.
No.
I'm like, it didn't happen here. Can we not put my business in the murder thing?
What happened? Was he sleeping, drunk, and then someone ran him over?
There was an issue, and then a guy, then a
Oh, it was
melee
an
ensued.
attack.
It was a
Violent attack.
intentional
Yes.
run over.
Well, and there was a bar, a pub that was notorious for
Not nice things.
seedy individual.
yeah.
They got rid of them.
Everything.
They're gone.
Oh no, well
Long gone.
that'll. You wanna go out of business? That'll do it.
And they got rid of them because they wanted to make the community better.
Yeah.
Correct.
And they knew.
I know.
So-
I agree. I know nothing about the story other than what you told me, but it sounds like that maybe
It was a crime
That
scene.
needed to go.
Yeah, it sounds.
I have pictures of like the numbers.
We can't have people dying out here.
I
had numbers on the floor?
I had the
Where the meat was.
Yeah.
so the crime unit was there. Whatever.
Yeah.
I do all the evidence things. I walked up and like, oh, my aunt works this precinct. Can I just go to my business? I'm like, I'll walk along the building. I'm like, yo, I just need to get into my building. Like,
Crime scene.
yeah,
Just need to go to work.
yeah. We opened 4 hours late that day.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, what else was, I mean,
the only other
obviously the Lantern was open.
Yes.
Yep.
The only other place, Restoration opened 1 week before us.
Oh, okay.
Get out of here. Really?
They chose to open Labor Day week. We chose not to open Labor Day week. So we would have opened the same weekend, except we chose to open a weekend after them.
That's
It was
smart.
just the two of us. The two of us were the
Lucky
first to open.
business
Now,
planning,
how many
we'll
years
say.
has that been now, Joey?
September will be 4 years.
Wow.
Congrats.
It's
Oh, man.
amazing you
Congrats.
change
Yeah.
in that area.
We're either geniuses for opening the only meadery, or we're fucking idiots.
Well, you know what, Joe?
Two in the same, right?
both. How about a little bit of both?
With the
It's two in the
response,
same.
with the
It's been
response
good.
of what you
It's two in the
guys
same.
do,
It's hard.
Yeah.
I think
Nothing's easy.
It's hard when you walk into a place and guys like, we just want New England IPAs. I'm like, fuck. All right, you're not gonna buy anything because you just want New England IPAs.
Yeah, but we deal with that too. People come into a brewery and they're looking for liquor, and I'm like, well, you're in a brewery,
Yeah.
so you got to deal with it. It's always the thing. It's always the
I
thing.
mean, we always have a beer option, so we have like 2 or 3 beer options. all the time.
Yeah. No, I mean,
But, and just like Sand City has ours, like we have 7 or 8 different breweries that carry our guest taps.
that's
in.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
That keeps you moving right along.
we almost don't need bars and restaurants because I'm getting all the breweries.
You know what I like though? Joe, and they say this, Joe is like the red-headed stepchild of breweries.
I am.
He goes to like the Brewers Guild meetings.
We're in the Brewers Guild.
But he's not a brewery. He's a winery, basically.
We're not. Basically, we are a winery.
Exactly. Well,
If I want to be like,
But he's
I have
there.
the same license as Bridge Lane or
Yeah.
McCall.
Yeah.
We have the same license.
It's crazy, but
But no one wants. But those guys don't want to hang out with us.
But when
the
they
beer
go-
guys want to hang out with us.
we hang out.
That's
with
good.
you,
Yeah,
Joe.
we hang with you, though.
That's fine.
hang
That's
out.
I'm organizing a Brewers Guild event. The wine guys are organizing a Brewers Guild event in Londonhurst.
They love it. That's all right. Everyone loves coming over. Dart League is there. You get the
We're gonna win this year again.
Oh boy.
Oh, here we go. Don't get it
we
started.
just smashed Lithology.
Yeah.
We got playoffs at Small Craft.
Are you
Wednesday.
guys in the Dart League?
no.
You gotta get in the
We
Dart
have,
League.
Let me in.
we have a Long Island brewery
I'm
dart league.
extremely competitive.
I
I'm
Oh, boy.
extremely competitive at anything I do.
go well.
I punch brick walls.
I'm with
Yeah,
you.
you do.
We share
I've
that.
heard many times. what you
I
do.
am. If we're gonna have a contest over who can pull this tablecloth off without moving anything, I'm gonna take it so
I
seriously.
say something. Wait, you say you can drink a beer faster than me? Let's go,
Like, dude,
motherfucker.
I am so competitive, dude.
I'm the most competitive dude in the world.
Oh man,
Whatever.
let's go.
So yeah,
Tell me
so the
when it
Dart
was.
League,
I'm
Dart
there.
League has been
I
around
am
about
there.
3 or 4 years now.
I'm there.
and it's just
We're really good though.
How many
Like,
people
we're
on-
good.
How many people on the team?
Upwards of 10.
So where do
okay.
you host it?
It's different breweries. It's rotating breweries.
You know, oh, that's
It's,
great.
there are 8 breweries this year.
Yeah.
There are 2 or 3 more coming back next year.
Is it breweries with dartboards, or you bring the dartboard to the brewery?
No, you have to have a dartboard.
you have to have a set.
Connolly's has a pretty good dartboard setup. Connolly Station is
Oh, yeah.
a super cool little pub in
Put
Malvern.
a fucking dartboard in your brewery and fucking join the league.
Or
You know
just
what?
have one to close it up.
It sounds like a good idea.
To him, it's not.
I can also see darts becoming weapons.
No,
Put it
just
on
keep
the
it
thing.
closed
No,
up.
you don't have it
You don't have to throw. You can have a whole team.
No, I'm saying is lock it up to the normal public.
What do you guys play?
and
You
then
guys play
open it up.
cricket?
We play cricket in 01. There's a whole format.
Class, let's go.
But we
teams.
We have small craft in the playoffs.
Is it singles
This
or
Wednesday.
doubles?
Singles, doubles. We have
Everything.
There's a
It's
6
all
on
you
1
want.
game.
It's everything.
Where
It gets competitive as
we
shit, it sounds
we had a big match. Winner moves on to the championship at Ghost, where the whole league comes together. Well, when we beat Small Craft, I talk.
You see how he's got to mention that.
Yeah.
I talk shit to Greg and Drew all the time. I text him all the time.
I am so competitive that I broke my foot playing cornhole last summer with Frankie.
What did you kick?
My buddy Frankie Borelli and I
but
were playing. My friend
that's
Andrew
not
and
a
Ryan,
problem, is it?
Andrew Champ and Ryan Cratchit, and the four of us were playing, and we were down, and I airmailed 4 in a row, and I sprinted across the courtyard, and I rolled my ankle on this like ramp. And broke 2 bones in my foot, my metatarsal and my cuboid.
But you won, right?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Do you know who Frankie Borelli's cousin is?
You?
You?
No, not me. Steve. Remember Steve in The Good Life?
Of course.
Oh, get out of here, really?
Steve Carbonaro is like Frankie's cousin.
No, Steve is the man. He started his own pizza truck. He just had a kid. Yo, shout out to Steve. Steve is the man. He makes amazing deep dish pizza.
That Detroit on Thursday, Borelli's.
That's what I was just going at. Yo, he makes them so good. Thursday nights, Detroit style pizza. I've watched him make it. He puts like a pound of cheese.
Yes.
Yo, sorry if I'm
In
giving away
between.
any of your recipe, dude. He puts like a pound of cheese in the tray and then cooks it.
It's sick.
And
Oh, in the crust.
No, it is like, it's the outside of the crust.
Yo, you know what's the best
So
thing? That
good.
there's
Steve
an app-
Carbonaro, he's the man.
There's an app right
Hope
now
I didn't butcher
called
his name.
Too Good to Go.
Yeah.
And it's the end of the night, what they have left. You go on the app, you put it in that you want it, if you can get to it, if you don't get shut out. But it's like $4, and you get a special, you don't know what you're getting. I did Borelli's, and I got one of those Detroit styles
so good.
that were left over.
Steve makes those.
Yeah, he makes Steve brewed a beer with me. He came down to Lost Farmer and he brewed the 1955 Pilsner with me.
That's awesome.
Steve brewed beer out west. That's worked for a brewery.
Well, no, Steve worked at Crooked Stave.
Yep.
Steve worked at Finback. Steve worked at. I still have bottles of it. Sanitas. Steve worked at.
Everywhere.
I'll come up with it. Steve
Everywhere.
Yo, Steve's
He's in a rank.
Steve's my homie. Steve comes to me in real time.
That's the shit to do.
Class act.
I want to give you guys an opportunity to just promote. So start with you, John. Lost Farmer. What do we got going on? What do we got coming up?
So we're brewing beer, ridiculously
That's
good beer
perfect.
now.
That's
No,
perfect.
It's
Yeah,
like
that's
we have. I know, like it's weird to say this because it's so obvious, such a blanket like vanilla statement, but like our beers are getting so much better every day.
Yeah.
And I hope
As
and
they
I think,
should.
And
As
that's
they
what I'm saying. I
should.
think every brewery's like that, but I'm extremely proud of my brew team, of Brad, of Dom, of what we're doing. Each beer that we make comes out 10 times better than the last. We're blowing it out of the water, and I'm super excited for Malvern. Our team's gonna grow 5x,
exponentially,
5x
sure,
overnight like that, and we're gonna take on guest taps again over there in Malvern. Because right now, all 16 beers in Mineola are all ours, and that's what we wanted from the get-go, and that was a goal of ours to get there, and we're happy to be there now.
Sweet. And check them out on Instagram,
Oh
Facebook,
yeah,
Twitter.
lostfarmerbrewing.com, at Lost Farmer Brewing.
And Malvern has its own Instagram now,
It
right?
does, lostfarmer.malvern.
Okay.
Yep.
So check that out and watch the progress as they
Yeah, I'm gonna start like in
transforming.
the next couple weeks when I start doing construction because
Yeah.
that's my deal, that's my wheelhouse. I'm gonna be all over the Instagram feed with
Well,
construction.
wait, because I never see anything from you guys.
Because it's boring right now.
Okay,
In Malvern,
I'm
it's
being a
boring.
little facetious because you guys really do some
You have social
awesome
media.
Instagram?
little videos
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
your reels and stuff.
Thank you. So like that is obviously right. You got to start with making good beer. That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
But there's the twofold, right? And this is what I always tell my
4 good
team,
guys.
right? Like at this beer fest, people can taste my beer. But if you're walking through Total Wines or beverage store, you can't taste the beer.
Nope.
The label's got to grab you.
Yep.
Otherwise, you're walking right past it. So that's the win on the shelf.
And then it's got to follow up with the beer, and then
has
boom.
to. Well, it has to.
5-4 good guys.
5-4 good guys. Nimmo just tripled.
Nice. Let's go. This team is great. This team can
All
do
I
great
know
things.
is I just love when you bring up a catcher from the minors and he hits a fucking home run
Yeah.
on his first day.
Well,
So
no.
good.
He's done that before.
He's done this before.
Yeah.
This is not the first time
Yeah.
he hit a walk.
Well,
He
that's
came
the
up
thing too.
last
He's
year, 2 years
28.
ago.
He's been in the minors
Yeah,
for a while.
he's a fucking weird dude
Yeah.
too.
I liked it better with the beard, though. I like it much better with the
For
beard.
me, my guy right now is Jankowski.
No, I'm Nimmo. I
Yo,
have a
he's
Nimmo
so fast.
jersey.
No one's gonna buy his jersey.
I had that one
But
day.
you saw what they did.
Yeah, they all bought it.
They won in every seat.
Yeah. Every goddamn player on the team had a shirt.
That's
When,
fantastic.
when you think Marte's fast,
Yeah.
and I watched it, I was like,
Jankowski
Jesus
could run
Christ,
the bases, brother.
he is so fast.
He's a gazelle.
He could run the bases.
He's
Joe,
so fast.
Joe, give us WA Meadwerks promoter. What do we got?
WB. So we're actually starting to ramp up right now.
Nice.
We have zero mead. We're on mead austerity.
Oh shit.
Unfortunately. Good
Supply
problem
chain
now.
issues or just
No,
selling
we
out?
just
sold out.
Nice.
Sold out. Can't even like blah blah. So we just actually bought a new 20-barrel wine tank. So
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Yeah. So we're gonna start.
Cool.
We need to start ramping up production.
Yep.
With that, we're gonna start launching more distribution. We're looking to some sort of other way to distribute because we're still a 2-man operation and it's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, now
And
you're
currently,
not going to be
actually-
behind the sticks.
Yes. So I'm gonna work more and differently.
Yes.
Yes, you are, Joey.
And the goal is because there aren't many meters in New York State. We actually have the most production of any meadery in New York State. There's 12 of us.
12 meters
12
in
meters
New
in New
York.
York State. So we're looking to literally take over all of New York State.
As you should.
I love that mindset, and I also
as you
love
should.
learning new things every day. And I just learned that there's 12 meteries in here.
Yeah. And we're by far the biggest. Like, well, we have the most capacity.
Yeah, but
Right.
don't
So
stop
we're-
at that.
No, I know, no.
Get bigger.
Double down.
You should see
Double
our.
down, bro.
We thought our 2,500 square foot, 14-foot ceiling production facility was gonna be okay.
Yep.
And it's slowly becoming 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound
Hey,
bag.
man, I can relate to my Mineola brewery. Is
All I
small and
know,
intimate.
Joe, is
Keep
when I
packing it in.
pass by the production facility and I get to see my old kegs in the window, I get a little boner. I get a little boner.
So for the record, Steve needs to get rid of 100 quarters. I literally have 100. Well, I don't have 100 left.
you've been helping people
I
out.
gave some to like
Yep.
who would need quarter kegs? I got 100 of them. Like what? No. I literally, Steve gave me 100 of them.
Just stacked up on the wall.
No, they're on pallets, on pallet racks.
I now drink mead for life.
Forever.
There is a ton of stuff.
The amount of shit. Like we went in, we bought some stuff from Steve when he was closing, and then with the shit we bought, Steve just like take all of this shit out of here. So we ended up giving Steve a little bit more money because like we don't have a lot. We're like, I feel like we're robbing Steve right now. He's like, if you don't get rid of these, they're going in the garbage because I have to get these out of this building
You need
by
to take
tomorrow.
them, Joey, and I want somebody to use them.
Yes.
I'm like,
Hey,
that's
listen,
fine, we'll use them.
If anyone needs Slims, call Joe Abruzzo.
Quarters.
No,
Quarters.
quarters. They're not
Oh,
they're quarters. They're quarters.
Joe.
They're
He's
weird.
got
They're
quarters for days.
weirder. You have them for free. Get them out of our space. We had so many of them.
Joe, John, thanks very much. Lost
Thank you.
Farmer, WA Meadwerks. This is the word with
Thanks,
Mike.
guys.
Darts.
We're Mike
I'll see you
and
on-
Steve,
I'll see you at the
Dubsway.com.
dartboard.
We are live here at the Burgerology Beerfest 2022. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with more right after this.
You're listening to Govs Radio, internet radio versus whatever that alien shit is. Whose idea was this anyway?
This is the word with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com. We are live here at Burgerology in Patchogue for their Beerfest 2022. Beautiful day, hanging out. We didn't anticipate this amazing weather that we have today.
Is it crazy today?
Amazing weather.
Amazing.
All right, so a stupid amount of sun that was not in the forecast.
No, not at
I
all.
was going back and forth with Burgerology on Instagram and going, we're going to try to get out there. If it rains, I can't have all this equipment here.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, we're hoping for the best. You know what? Whoever prayed to God for this day, everybody.
I just like that you have the long sleeve.
I haven't rolled up.
Are
yet.
you
What
melting?
I was ready to.
Are you melting?
Well,
I know. No, I'm fine.
Not for
right.
nothing.
Yeah, fine.
Anybody that can see my wonderful Wort
Yes.
shirt.
Yes, I love it.
He was the crispy boy. He was a hazy boy.
love that.
I was going to
Those
bring.
are so
I was going to bring
limited.
my shirt to AC Beerfest. That's when I was going to debut it.
AC
You debuted it here at
Beerfest.
Burgerology.
I was
in
going.
Patchogue.
It's funny you said I was
Yeah.
going to debut it at AC.
Yeah, that's what we
And
were
I
talking
couldn't.
about.
Today
Oh.
I couldn't.
I know. It's a nice
Just
day.
rub it in.
In
Keep
the
going.
tent right now, we have Frank from Noble Savage. You can grab one. Go ahead.
Hi, Frank.
Grab what you want. We have Sheila from Long Ireland Brewing Company.
Hi.
And
Sheila, it's your first time on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to say
You're new to the beer world, and
I think she's been on more than Charlie has at this point.
Well, you know what? She's been at special
She's been at AC Beer Fest.
That's
She came on with the
right.
Lady
That's
Brewsters.
right. Charlie, what's up, Charlie? What's up?
Sorry,
So,
Charlie. And
Charlie's got to fight to get back on our top 10 list here.
Actually,
I love you,
Charlie,
Charlie.
not for nothing, if you're going to listen, a lot of people were looking for 1940s today.
Yeah, where you at,
Yeah.
bud? Where
So
you at?
don't know where you are. I'll give it. I'll say this, Charlie.
Yeah.
I don't care, and I won't pick on you today because we have a collaboration that's coming out in another week and a half. So
Very nice.
Cole Barn Nelson, and it's going to be awesome.
Yay.
Speaking of collaborations, I think we just solidified one potentially.
yeah, you never know.
Frank from Noble Savage is here saying what's up. And Frank, we haven't had you on in quite some time. Last time we really talked, Pete and I were live at your brewery, and again, great beer, great stuff, awesome. But you have stepped up your fucking game. Let me tell you. And let's talk about from
right
when
there.
from when we last
This
I don't
freaking
know one of your beers.
It's
but I
hazy.
have
Hey,
it. I have it in your
nice.
spot.
She's coming in.
Very
this
good.
lager right here.
Very
That's
good
right.
beer.
I don't know who these people are, but it's fine. They can grab
no,
stickers
it's all
and
good,
cheers
brother.
us all day.
They're fans, man.
Frank, give us a little update on what's been going on. What's changed? What's your new mantra? What are you doing here that made this deliciousness in my cup?
I'm jealous now.
We'll get you some.
Yeah,
Well,
you gotta have it.
Yes.
In terms of lager, we just expanded. We got a bunch of lager, 5 barrel tanks, fermenters, and 2 horizontal lagery tanks, and that tank geometry just really makes the difference.
You just said it, and I got another boner. I'm just saying. Anytime you say lagering tanks, the chub comes out.
Yeah, I mean, it really elevates the beer. You don't have to add a lot of, you don't have to add finings or filter it, or it just drops bright.
Now, you know what? Let me ask you. When you first opened the brewery, obviously, you had this idea of what you wanted to do and how you wanted to do it. Did you originally, right from the beginning, did you always want lagering tanks?
No.
No, huh?
No. I started off loving IPA.
Okay.
And just grew to love lager. And it's much harder to brew. There's a lot less.
Well, the time
Mistakes to be-
factor above, yes, the mistakes that can be made, because once that little off note comes, that beer is no longer what you wanted it to be.
Really, a temperature issue, right? I mean, if anything goes anywhere, varying.
Yeast also.
Yeah.
Your yeast doesn't do what it
So
wants.
many variables that you really got to get in on it.
And I feel like there's such a resurgence right now of everyone brewing lagers.
Crispy
and
boy.
I'm so here for it.
Right now, I'm
So
the crispy
here.
boy.
I love it. I love it. Like beer that tastes like beer that's made
Beer
well.
flavored beer?
Beer flavored beer.
Amazing. Gotta love it.
Right?
I think it's all starting, well, thank God it is, with the brewers. The brewers are all kind of coming together and saying, we want to just brew beer that's fucking good. You can't hide anything in.
Exactly.
Good beer, you can't hide it. You
guys
can't
wanna brew
Exactly.
good beer, or-
There's not like a million adjuncts and this and that.
Yeah, like chocolate
Right?
and
Not
caramel
that
and...
I mind it. Not that Steve, I don't mind it.
This guy.
Hey, Yada 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 is one of my favorites. We had
There you
that
go.
Right?
as a guest tap in the beginning when we first opened.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did. That's right. So what's been the overall change? I know I walked away for a second, but just looking for more of that like hazy.
So in terms of the IPA,
Yeah.
just changing proportions.
Really, that's it.
Proportions for me are everything. I want the most amount of unadulterated wort. I want the first amount of first runnings that I can get. So I'm mashing out my mash tun and getting that, just like almost half
thick
of
liquid.
my-
Yeah.
Yep. Because the less you can dilute,
Yep.
the thicker the more density you'll have to begin with.
Now, you guys are using new yeast, or are you still going with what you've been using before?
We've always used imperial juice, and then I
Right.
started experimenting with blending.
Yes, and we
yeasts.
spoke about that a
And
little earlier
blending's
today.
big, yeah, for sure.
And playing with the ratios and playing with the pitch rate. I tend to like to underpitch. I think it drives a lot of the flavor, but then you always run the risk of
Stall.
under attenuation.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, and that's dreaded. So I add a little US5, drops the gravity down, and it adds a nice little nuance to the beer.
Bingo bango.
I don't always do that, and I've been experimenting a lot recently with pitch rate. I just brewed a hazy and like over-pitched to the max, and I've been getting like strawberries and bananas like a Belgian.
Holy
like,
shit,
right
really?
out of the. It's crazy.
Yeah, the banana is really Belgian. Yeah.
And I just dry hopped it with Brew 1 and Strata, so I'm trying to push that strawberry.
Really?
Yep.
You know what? You don't see many breweries using Strata, and it's actually underused like hop. It's actually really, it puts a unique flavor in.
Versatile.
Actually, wasn't Strata kind of a science experiment?
Yes. Wait, I gotta hold on.
And that's amazing.
Yeah. You
right?
keep turning your mic down only because the mic.
What the hell,
The
man?
speakers are like
Wow.
crazy.
So Strata was actually a science experiment from a college, and they were experimenting with hops, and that's how they came up with Strata, that actual...
And a lot of people don't realize a lot of the hops that are out there now, these sexy ones, are all through like college.
Yes.
The hop...
the cooperative extensions.
There you go.
Exactly. They're doing all
They
this
work
new
with like
stuff, man.
here in New York. They work with Cornell University.
Yes.
Over on the West Coast, there are so many different universities that they deal with that are just cross-pollinating, doing all these wonderful things. And I love when they first come out. It's like, CTX457YM.
And you're like, sure,
And then next week it's Your Mama's a Whore hop. It's a great hop, and
I wanna make
everybody
a beer
knows
with Your
she's a
Mama's a
whore.
whore.
I always wanted to make a beer called Your Mama's a Whore. So when people would walk up and ask for Your Mama's a Whore, you go, bro, you don't even know her.
What the hell? I could
experimenting.
punch you for that.
Yeah, I should punch you right in the junk for that one. My mother was a saint. She never had sex. Wait, what?
Wait, how'd you get here?
Dorothy Mantooth was a saint.
I mean, what you guys have been doing, both Long Island and Noble Savage, has been on the forefront of Long Island breweries. I gotta turn you down for a second because that's just so loud. Not your fault. But the idea is to kind of escalate or elevate, really, the level of Long Island. What do you guys feel has been the temperature or the climate of Long Island breweries here over the last few years? I'll start with you, Frank.
That's a loaded question.
That is a very good question. Good luck.
I think we got some work to do.
Yeah.
I think that everyone wants to open a brewery now.
Yep.
And maybe we should.
Another conversation me and Frank had earlier.
And it's good. And we should all. That's the spirit of beer. But maybe we'll just do a little better.
Yeah. Just be above the grade.
Yeah.
As they say.
And collaborate and help each other out and learn new techniques and source new ingredients.
That's the thing. Keep learning, keep moving ahead.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. And that's the thing with, a lot of people that are listening right now, there is a thing called the Long Island Brewers Guild.
Yeah.
And the majority of the breweries on Long Island, and there's a New York State Brewers Guild for all the breweries in New York. And it's to actually help each other. New York should be a destination. I believe it is right now. Not the whole state. There are certain areas that are a destination, but Long Ireland. I almost said it. Long Ireland.
I mean, we are
Long Island and Long Ireland. So Long Island should be a destination where everybody comes.
Yep.
Tremendous amount of breweries on Long Island, and then more openings every time we turn around.
Yeah.
But all right, think about 20 years ago, there was a brewery out in Blue Point that opened up. Was it Blue Point?
Was it Blue Point?
Actually, I think it was called Blue Point. But they started off as this little brewery making cool beers, and they were actually where there was everybody wanted to open a brewery, and the majority of breweries sucked.
Yeah.
They happen to be one of the ones that did not suck.
Right.
Now they are distributed across the United States and other countries. There's going to be 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 more breweries from the island that will be nationwide.
Yep.
I'm calling it now.
Noble Savage, Long Island.
Long Island. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, bro.
Well, you might want the money, but
It's like
The money's good when you can get it.
It's like the family. It's like the mafia, right?
Right.
You got to get upped.
Yeah.
You get up. You get up. You brought up
But-
the next.
But the thing is, I seriously feel that here on Long Island, there are breweries that are just as good as anywhere else in the United States.
Agreed.
You just got to find them. You got to go to them. You got to come here, do your research, see who's, the ones, not so much that are the fanboy, right? The ones that like, hey, wow, they do this interesting beer. Or there's so many websites to go on to other than Untapped. Go fuck yourself.
First one to go.
That promote breweries that talk about how good they are, and I've always been that proponent. I always said in New York, Long Island especially, needs to be a destination for brewing.
But don't you think that is a little bit of a problem in our microcosm?
It is.
Like the
Totally
fanboy thing. Like, all right, so you go to those fanboy breweries, but you don't expand from there, and there is so much good beer.
Yes.
There is a lot of good beer.
I actually said to Frank earlier, I was drinking his IPA, and I said, if I put this in another hype fanboy breweries can and served it to somebody, they would not fucking know, and they'd be like, oh, this is the new release. Yeah, it is.
I appreciate it.
Speaking of hype breweries, I don't see Other Half here. Did you see Other Half here?
No.
They were on the list, and I didn't see them there.
I didn't see him here either.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
18th Ward wasn't here either.
No, and they were on.
They were on that.
You know what it is? This got pretty big pretty quick, this festival.
Yeah.
And it's actually... I've had great beers so far.
There's still 2 hours left, and it's fucking hot.
Yo, District 96 is what brought me here.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
Did you have the sour?
I did. Of course I did. Come on, I had my bucket full, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Sheila's carrying a little mini bucket around.
Hey, Nikki.
This is called professional right here. That's a professional, all right? So,
See what the best part it is?
Yeah.
You can carry it like a
I
pound.
did. I was carrying 3 of them, so the handle came in clutch. I'm not gonna lie. But obviously, I'm here for our brewery. But when I saw the names attached to this small festival, I was like, they're bringing legitimate breweries in. And that's what you have to do. You have to bring legitimate people in.
Right, because there are some festivals that are what I would call
bullshit.
Distribution festivals where it's just
Otherwise
one distributor. Yes, one distributor has all their beers on tap.
Right.
But this one is actually a Long Island smaller brewery festival, and when we got invited to it, we were like, well, we got to see, and then we started seeing the
lineup.
And we were like,
when I saw the lineup,
wow.
I was like, because they reached out to us last year. We didn't do it. This year they reached out, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And then I saw the lineup, and quite honestly, between me and you, and not the listeners, I saw District 96, and I was like, yeah, I'm fucking there.
Yeah. Greg was like, oh, thanks.
We don't get the opportunity to have District 96 available.
Man, I
the only
love their
people
beer.
that I know bring that in here is Hopscotch. Hopscotch!
Yeah.
On the island.
Hopscotch.
And they're here.
I love you, Mark.
They are here.
I love you, Mark.
You've had Noble Savage on tap at Hopscotch for sure.
Yes.
And we've had a number of great breweries in and around the area that has been highlighted and promoted by Hopscotch.
Hopscotch is amazing. They do a great job.
Yep.
And shout out to them. They carried our Lady Brewster's beer every single year that we brewed it, and I appreciate that. They're not afraid to take a chance on a beer from random ladies, Good for them.
By the way,
drunk ladies.
Just to elevate that, Lady Brewster's beers, better and better and better.
Thank you guys.
Better and better. You guys are dialing it in each and every year.
We try, man.
And the idea, each year the ideas are so good.
You know what? That's what it is. Like you have to balance.
This year was for me that
turning point year.
I'm blushing. Thanks, guys.
That's safer to make sure that women are safe in bars. That really hit, because I have young daughters that go to bars, and that terrifies the.
I have a daughter that's she's finishing her freshman year in college, which is nutty. Yeah, it's nutty, and she's a sorority girl all the way, man. Drinking in bars, and I'm like, bro, I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
Thanks for the anxiety lesson, because I have an 11-year-old.
You got a while.
I got
That's what you got on the way.
8 years to 10 years of anxiety, and I'm like, oh my God.
I got a 25 and a 22.
Oh, exactly.
And they are in Manhattan. They're everywhere.
I don't have it in me.
And honestly,
I
that's
don't know if I
what
have it in
it
me.
is. No, you don't.
No, I
But with like
okay, Frank.
education, with education from LIC for bars,
Yeah.
and how to address that kind of thing, how to recognize that.
And the education.
That's what we
Education's
all
big.
need. Honestly,
sure.
it's what we all need.
For
so,
sure.
Yeah, I'm very proud of what we have accomplished.
As you should be.
Thank you.
Really.
I
Frank,
appreciate that.
what's the new idea? I mean, obviously we got the IPAs banging right now, right? What do we have set up for the next few years here, or even few weeks, few months? What's the idea?
We've got another liquid series coming out. That's brewed with orange blossom honey. Right now I drafted with Citra
like
and
that.
All right. So where did you get the orange blossom honey from?
Sourced from Florida, actually. The small, I forget the name. I'm sorry, but
No,
the
only
small
the-
comes in little gallons. It's $80 a gallon.
Yeah,
it's
man.
really,
We did
really
that
nice
last
stuff.
year.
Wait, what did you just say?
$80 a gallon for
Alright.
honey.
All right, so anybody that's listening, that was
Don't brew with orange
$80
blossom
a gallon. Now, how many gallons are you putting in this bag?
I put one.
Okay.
But
One is it.
Can I get one chicken wing? Just one.
Yes.
But I also have used Tupelo honey. And I will
there you
again.
go.
That's double the price. But
And so you know where Tupelo is? Right down behind Wumpelo. Yes, buddy.
So when does that release?
the next one, give it about 2 weeks. I just dry hopped it. I think the beer tastes best in week 5, week 6. So yeah, we've got that. We've got that experimental hazy with the banana strawberry esters.
Now again, just to give everybody a little idea, what size system are you brewing on?
Right now we're running a 2-barrel stout kettles.
So you're putting 1 gallon of honey into 2 barrels, which anybody doesn't really realize is 32 gallons right there. That's a nice amount of beautiful honey.
I use it in the place of dextrose.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Dextrose is cool and it ferments dry and clean, but for some reason it doesn't always agree with me. The alcohol that's produced by it is a little different than the honey. So and the honey lends a nice sweetness that I really like. Rounds out the hops. So we're looking for that. Also, Machine Gun Creek is coming out. I probably could have dropped that this weekend. Maybe shouldn't be
I
saying
like
it.
that name. I like the name of that.
There's the creek that's in Glen Cove if you go on Google Maps.
Well.
Yeah.
Look who's here. All right, we'll come back around. We'll get him on there. Yeah, I mean, there's just so many things that you have on your schedule. What is the biggest thing that you are anticipating that is gonna hit? I mean, you had a couple of hits now, time after time. What is?
I'm just always experimenting. I can't say for sure. It just sort of evolves.
Yeah.
I always have a list of beers I want to brew, and some of them come out really, really good, and some of them come out okay. And I just got to keep hammering at those ones and fine tune.
You fine tuning every recipe, making sure it's right where you want it.
Yeah, every time I tweak something.
Yeah, for sure.
Hello,
Sheila. What do you guys have coming up?
So, we started with our Beyond the Pale, right? It's a slightly hoppier version of a pale ale.
Yeah.
That was our anniversary beer, 13 years in business. And we have 6 different beers coming up. 6 brand new beers. That's great. Yeah, we're setting our sights kind of high. 3 of those are going to be sours, because I'm a sour fan.
Yeah.
Very excited about that.
Nice.
And, we're just going to keep on rowing the boat, man.
Boom.
That's all you have to do. Innovate, do the shit that you love to do, and good things will happen. You can't follow the market because the market is fickle. You got to brew the shit that you love, right?
Yeah.
You got to brew what you love.
You almost have to anticipate it a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And honestly, it's hard. It's hard to anticipate that.
Yeah.
But we found for us, after 13 years, that if you brew what you want to brew and you believe in that beer, it's going to end up paying off in the end.
That's it.
You don't trace the trends, chase the trends. That's a word.
Don't chase them, but anticipate them.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Billy from Nightmare Brewing here on the show. What's up, buddy?
How the fuck are you?
Hey, thanks. Thanks for hopping on real quick. Of course. We have a lot of background noise, so I'm just trying to ride levels here.
We're on the DJ end
Yeah.
of
Yeah, I'm
here.
like, check.
Yeah,
One.
check.
Check 1, 2. Move up, mother effers.
For all those who follow our show,
Yeah, you're the co-host right now. I'm going to get beer.
you get to ask questions.
Big shoes. I was going to say it's either big shoes or Steve just needs to walk around and have a beer himself.
He's going to go get Nightmare beer, isn't he? We had you on at, where the hell, we were at, what's the place in Farmingdale? Why can't I think of the place?
Dude, I can't either.
I don't
Farmingdale.
Yeah, it was,
See, here's the thing. I'm not a, scheduling kind of guy.
no, you're not.
I'm going to show up.
I like it. You showed up and you just sat down and we're like, all right, let's toss a Billy.
That's why, I was walking by. Steve's like, "Billy,
Come on through. Yeah. Hi, hold on, we're on their show. So I got Billy from Nightmare here. This is what happens. This is live on the show.
I get it.
That's how we get live content.
I just had the windless
The best,
Erasmus
that's right.
the other day.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Not quite as amazing, though, as the Colombian necktie.
Colombian necktie was
love me
That
some
is
Colombian
my
necktie.
favorite
I will
out of the
say-
whole
Indeed.
series.
I will say my sours tend to
Kill it.
stand for themselves.
Kill
Yes,
it.
they do.
I have no ego, but I will say my sours
Yeah.
can
I
use
like
my
thank
ego.
you,
I'll
Steve.
tell you.
What I like about your sours is the salt content balanced out with the sweetness.
Absolutely.
It's, to me, it's salty and sweet, like I'm eating a pretzel
Thank you.
with something else.
Well, it's also like if you look at any bakery, anybody working on desserts, there's always that
That salt
right level of
content.
salt to kind of balance out that
And you
sweetness.
really take time for that. Let me ask you a few questions, because when we had you on, I think you were still with Sand City at the time.
I was.
And you come from a lineage, obviously, that's huge on Long Island. You started your own brewery, Nightmare, and you hit it running. You guys did collabs. You guys were out there with your own stuff.
I'm not here to fuck around.
Well, that's the point of the brewery, right? It's like a whole lot of not fucking around. You took some time off here, and it was kind of like a lull. But
Yeah,
now
I
we
mean,
see you
a
coming
little
back.
hiatus.
Yeah, and
Well, it was more like it was also I didn't like the way the beer community was. I didn't like the styles that people were coming out with.
Okay.
It seemed to be more of a popularity contest and more
Good point.
to do with being a brand than actual brewer.
good beer.
And
Good
which
beer.
is why I enjoyed listening to this show so much, because this guy Steve would always kind of give it to these fake brewers, and that's kind of
Their
that's where I'm
questions
at.
are
He does.
amazing.
Yeah.
You can always tell when they're like, so tell me what you were thinking about this beer when you were brewing
So
it.
tell
I
me,
love
so
that
tell me
question.
how, what were you thinking when
What
you
were
were
you
brewing? I'm sorry,
thinking?
hold on, let me
What were you
reiterate that.
thinking?
What were you thinking when these other brewers were making your beer?
Yeah.
Is the question that usually ends up happening.
You talk to Steve a lot.
I listen to the show a lot.
Thank you very much.
And at the
I
same
appreciate
time,
it.
Yes.
I also I'm over the bullshit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm ready to take it back to the Brewers.
We are. Yeah, there you go. See, and
There you go.
Frank's been sitting there like a fox in the weeds,
Yes.
waiting to
Ready to
hop on
pounce.
it. Like he's like, where's this going? Where am I going?
Listening to the man speak.
Yeah, exactly.
I have respect for
You
Billy.
guys have taken it to a new level. Let's talk about the recent releases that you guys have had. What has been the idea, the concept of where you guys going with what you want to do? You brewed over in the West Coast. You're like Sam. You're like all those other big guys. Like, let me explore what's going on.
No, we're
Don't
not.
say that.
I mean, well, no, about the
way more
miles
creative.
traveled. That's more what I'm saying.
I've only brewed out of Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, and Boston.
You didn't. You were out in California for a while, though, weren't you?
I did a little tour over there, but
Okay.
I
You
didn't
didn't brew
here.
anything,
I was
alright.
actually scoping out facilities.
Ah, look at you. You're like,
But at the same time, I also like to brew it myself,
Right.
so that was why I ended up not doing it.
Yeah, smart. Keep it in house for sure.
That's one of the things that Billy does. He wants to brew it himself, where you have other contract breweries
Yep.
that they just give you a recipe.
Right.
Just here's the recipe.
Do
Brew
what
it
you
for
gotta
me.
do. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not happening.
No,
No,
like-
I'm seeing every part of it.
I do appreciate when when contract brewers come down and actually like want to be a part of it, but most of the time it's just like you're writing recipes from your couch. Like you do not care about the beer. You do not
Don't
care
you think
about
that's sad
brewing.
though?
Yeah.
Don't you think that's so sad?
So right now I'm brewing out of Great South Bay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I brew other breweries' beer all the time.
Yeah.
And nobody gives a shit.
Right. And
You're not getting any phone
so
calls.
fucking
No,
sad.
nothing.
It's unreal.
sad.
Unreal.
We get that a lot too.
How are you this disconnected
Right.
from your own
from your product,
brand?
from
Right.
your own product?
But
Because
but that's what it is.
it was in essence of making money as opposed to
right.
really caring about the product of what you're serving.
But that's what it is. They call it a product.
Right.
They call themselves a brand. It's not a brewery.
No,
Like,
it's definitely
agreed.
not.
that's my issue.
And
That's
it's really
my biggest
sad. It's
problem.
actually really sad for all of us out here because it kind of brings us all down. When you're just putting out beer just to put out beer and you have no pride in that quality that you're putting out, it's sad for all of us.
It's essentially just flooding the market.
Yeah.
And then you're pushing out shelf space for somebody who actually really cares.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, they can't handle anymore. And then all of a sudden they go under.
It's diluting.
Yeah.
Right.
Complete diluting.
Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely.
You guys had put out a series. You had 3 new beers that came out on your relaunch, we'll say.
Yes.
And give
It's
us a
actually
little.
the first 3 beers that I started.
The first, we'll say flagship, but we don't use the flagship word around here. No, that's too mainstream. So the first 3 beers you brewed, you have a crazy portfolio. Tell us what's going on with the next few brew cycles that you're going to go through.
Well, essentially, like, in the beginning, I thought it would be, like, let me start off with a sour stout IPA. Let's just kind of cover the basics. Everybody's happy, get something they like. Sure. And then I brewed those out of Great South Bay, and I brewed all these other places.
And you're familiar with that system.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah,
like,
so
I started
you know
there.
it, right?
I worked for free there for 3 years. I earned my my brewing pants.
Yeah.
You
earned your boots.
That's what I'm saying. I earned my boots out of there, and I wanted to come back. And when I did, I'm like, you know what? It only makes sense. A little poetic. I kind of want to, brew the first 3 beers that I started, and got to brew it myself. And now it's like, it's a little stressful though, because if anything fucks up, it's on you. It's like, yeah, I'm brewing it myself. It's like, oh, is that what I'm tasting? This tastes awful. Like, oh, fuck, I fucked up.
All right, we're good.
We
want the paycheck. We want the
sour. That's a different sour now.
No, if it ever comes out like to the point where I don't like it, I will pour it down the drain. I have no problem doing
I've
that.
dumped a lot of beer.
Yeah.
A lot of beer.
Yeah.
And I have no shame.
I feel like if you
That's
are
where Dr.
a
Corey
brewer
comes
worth
from.
your,
You go big or you go home. You gotta dump
worth
the
your
beer,
weight,
you gotta
you're
dump
gonna
it.
dump a beer occasionally.
You're gonna do it. You
all
factor that into the whole budget. You make sure you do it. So, what 3 beers did you start with when you guys came back to the mainstream?
The first 3 I started was Windlass of Erasmus, which was
So good.
It's so good.
blackberries, black currants, and black sea salt.
You know what? It's something about currants. Billy, you and currants
Black currants.
do something so familiar.
Weren't we talking about currants?
Yeah, we
I was
were.
like, I don't even know what a currant tastes like by itself, but I'm so here for it.
Europe loves currants.
Yeah.
And I remember getting like a bag of Skittles and getting the purple Skittles, and I'm like, this doesn't taste like great. And I'm tasting it. I'm like, God damn, that's
Well,
delicious.
Skittles all have the same flavor. You know that, right?
It's black.
They're all, yes.
No, you're thinking of Fruit Loops.
No,
Yeah.
it's Skittles.
Skittles.
They all have the same flavor. They're just different color and they have different fragrances. That's how they save money.
Okay.
On the
You know what?
nose?
That's
It's all
legitimate.
the nose.
I think you're thinking of Spree.
No.
Because I'm going to call bullshit on that.
I'm telling you, look it up. Look it up.
I get lime from lime.
If you look at the bag,
Yeah.
it says lime.
It's a psychological
Oh,
mindset.
yeah.
I'm
It used to
telling
be
you.
Outta
apple.
here.
It used to be apple.
It did used to be apple. You're right.
Now it's
Absolutely.
I'm telling you. Look it up.
All right,
man.
well,
You
listen.
know what? I'm excited for her return on this show where she's going to eat her words. Because I know for a fact.
She's just gonna put a whole Long Island through Randall of Skittles.
Oh, you're from Long Island?
Yes.
Okay.
All
There you
right,
go.
taste cherry. Taste
Yeah.
lime. I'm telling you.
Have you ever done a Skittles beer?
No.
No further questions,
Now
Your
it's
Honor.
fine.
Just no further questions. You
I
know
rest
what?
my case.
Hold on.
fair,
Evil
that's
Twin is
fair.
here.
Yeah.
We can talk about Skittles.
Yes.
Well, Evil Twin.
Evil
Come
Twin,
on.
come on through.
They'll come on later.
You're right. I looked it up and I'm telling you, I Googled that shit. They all taste the same, but they have a different fragrance.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna have to put this to the test.
Yeah, let's.
We'll bring
let's
Skittles
do it.
on to a live studio show,
Yes.
and we will
invite me.
panel everyone involved.
Oh, you know,
We got this.
Table. I will do it.
So you had the sour. What was the next one on that list?
So it was Windless of Erasmus, which was the sour.
Yep.
It was Scavism.
Ah, yes.
That's the one that everybody seems to recognize and remember.
Yep.
Because
and not only in that, you're labeling. Your labeling in the metal world is so recognizable.
Yeah.
People know it immediately, and that's one thing that stands out. There's no one else that we've seen locally or regionally that has that shelf appearance.
do you know why?
Because
I'm not here to fuck around.
Well, that'll be the reason.
It's so true. I went to Florida, Beer World, Florida, and found freaking Colombian necktie.
That's
and
so
I was
weird.
like, oh my
So
God.
I have zero information on where it goes.
Right.
And that is like one of my favorite things. When
Like I saw it in Arizona. And
That's
there
what
it
I'm
is,
saying.
yeah.
Like one of my
Right?
friends tells me like, oh yeah, we're dude, I was over here and I saw your beer. Oh shit.
I had one day, I was in Saratoga, and they had one of your beers on tap, and I think I sent you I'm like, hey, Saratoga, you're like, who the fuck are you? I'm like, yeah.
How did you get a fucking line?
I was happy.
That's crazy.
It's always very unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
of
good.
course. Colombian necktie saved my Disney trip, just
Yeah.
so you know. It made it bearable, so thank you.
That's good to know.
It made things like Anna and Elsa somewhat
Yeah.
I'm
bearable.
going to be coming out with a lot more sours. Sours
Yeah.
seem to be like where I hit my stride.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoy it and it's always very experimental.
Yeah.
So every sour I do, I actually sour on whole fruit, which doesn't seem to make a lot of sense on the kettle side.
But
you
it
know,
translates
kettle
well
sours.
in the end, in the final
But
product.
here's the thing. I know so many breweries in the U.S. that think it takes too much time. We're not going to do that.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
just going to cut corners and just
Time is
pour
money.
lactic acid into the fermenter. And it's
Lactose
like,
all day.
dude, it's just like,
Yeah.
dude, just do the real thing and people will recognize it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think souring on whole fruit gives it this extra layer of flavor.
One
And
of your
that's-
other
It
things
gives
that
it
you
that real flavor,
I know
that
your
real
role.
flavor.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like you use those extracts, and I have a very sensitive palate. I can pick up an extract from a mile away. I know when it has that fake medicinal taste on the back end of my palate. But you actually use real fruit, and that comes across all day, every day. For
Yep.
anybody that actually loves real crafted beer, it comes across.
It's weird because I feel like a lot of people aren't doing that.
Yeah.
It's all focused
Yeah.
on extract and just making a quick buck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being a brand, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to, let people know that it's not all about that. It's just
One of the
about
things
beer.
I also know you for is your quadruple IPA
Yeah.
and your high-level
It's
stouts.
It's an imperial IPA.
Okay, but it's
I
a
just
quad
quadruple dry hop.
because it's like 14% or
You know
something.
what? That's
It was
just 'cause,
it
A
was
whole lot of fun.
so much heat. I'm going. Yeah.
People just need to pull up their socks more.
Right, that's it.
It's just like, if you can't handle it, just like
Rub
pull
some
your-
dirt in it.
Pull your socks up.
Right.
You got this.
Go do a lap. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
You walk it off.
Warming up.
Tell me about what you have coming out soon. Like, what's the next level of things that?
So I'm pouring matricide and patricide right now.
Yeah.
At this event, that's from last year.
Yeah.
I've been sitting on those cans, aging them, just to kind of get people psyched about matricide and patricide of this year. It's also because I'm lazy as fuck and terrible at organizing times and shit.
You
So-
want honesty? You come get Billy from Nightmare. That's for sure. It's like I don't give a fuck.
I'm here. I'm
You
here
like
to
it or
brew
you're not.
beer.
Yeah.
If you want it, I'm gonna brew once a year. If you don't like it, don't fucking buy it.
Yeah,
Like,
don't
here I
bother.
am. You don't have to buy it. Like I don't care, but just like I'm gonna put my heart and soul into this,
That's it.
and the care and thought.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, this is obviously not for you.
Now your stouts. I mean, tell us what your idea was for your overall portfolio of stouts. I mean, high ABV,
Yeah.
really intense flavor.
Well, I got really fucking sick of the dessert stouts.
Okay.
Where it's just like
Good thing Steve walked away.
I know. I was just thinking that. Like, oh, I'm glad Steve's not
hold
here.
on. No,
He won't come
Steve
back.
kills it though.
It was different.
Steve kills it.
different.
It was
Steve's
He
different.
is different.
He's the
He
OG.
has that craft all to
Steve
himself.
Kaminsky.
Yeah.
Barrage
Yes.
is very different.
Very
he kind
different.
of opened the door for a lot of people. But then everybody's like, I can go more sweet. I can go more sweet.
Yeah.
I can go more
Let's
sweet.
dump every single dessert we've ever had into that beer. Everyone.
At one point, it becomes so cloying that I can't even enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, if anything, I'm trying to emulate more of the dessert and more bitter element, like a touch of sweetness.
Yeah.
But I want you to taste the flavor more than anything.
Yeah,
I want you to taste the bitter chocolate.
And we have one right here, by the way.
Patricide is Peruvian cacao and toasted coconut.
Wow.
And it's 15.1%.
15.1, and I have the sour too.
I'm not to go for
Sour.
That's the IPA.
Yeah. Oh, it's that.
I know,
Yeah.
I love you.
Oh, I didn't think
we kicked that like immediately.
that was the first thing to go.
Because everybody's like, what do you have that's light? I'm like, the sour. And that's what made it go.
6.8, and then you're good to go.
It's 6.5
Five?
versus
Okay.
10.1.
Isn't that the worst
15.1,
question?
15.1,
What do you have that's
17.
light? No, you know what the worst question is? What do you have that tastes like a Heineken?
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck? What?
It's up at the
You know what
bar.
I-
It's
you know
called
what I tell those
Heineken.
people? I tell them, go look to Long Island.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. We do not. We do not brew anything like Heineken. I'm sorry. Go elsewhere, people. Go elsewhere.
So
I meant lighter ABV.
that aged extremely well.
Damn right.
For fucking A, that is delicious. Steve's already like, maybe I should have some more of that.
That's
I just redid Matricide.
Okay.
Just rebrewed it. It is currently being cold aged right now on toasted almonds right now.
Okay.
It's, I think, about 100 pounds of toasted almonds that are sitting on a fermenter. And
100 pounds.
And
Who
over...
toasted those?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. In your oven at your house?
What are you talking about? You're fucking oven.
That's
shit.
true. I
How many ovens do you have?
I know. That's
You think it's a pizza parlor? Like, get out of here. No, it's like, so
That would be smart.
the way I did it was I took the false bottom of the mash tube, put it on the floor after I cleaned it, and then took a blowtorch.
There you go. I was
To
going to say
everything.
that.
There you go.
I like the way you said before I cleaned it.
Right?
You gotta clean it.
Come on. Like, listen.
Come on, who are you talking to here?
That's
First
right
of all,
out of
I would not have said that if Steve was sitting right here. Because I remember the first time I went to Barrage. I don't know if anybody knows this, but when I was first starting out in the industry, I came to him and said, like, I need to know. I was a homebrewer, and I needed to know more, and I was curious, and I came to him, and I'm like, hey, man, what can you teach me about the craft? I'll work for free. I just want to know. And I remember one of the first things he said was, he goes, check this out. Everybody use parasitic? Fools. Open your hand. Sprays the spray bottle into my hand. And he goes, smell it. Lick it. And I'm like, what? So I licked it. I'm like, tastes like vodka. He's like, because it is vodka. I was like,
There you
Cheapest
go.
vodka you can find.
Yeah.
that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Is it pop off?
It's Phillies.
No, it was even, I forget what it was, but it was like, for a liter, it was like $6.
$4.99. $4.99, folks.
But I'm like,
Brilliant.
but on the cold side, you gotta
Yeah.
be really careful.
Yeah.
And vodka was one of the most brilliant methods I've ever heard of.
It's something easy.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Steve, you're such a mecca of knowledge,
Hey,
Steve.
I'm
He's
here-
got the
I'm
years.
here
You're
because
such
of
a
this
mecca.
guy.
Yeah, he's got the years. That's what it is. No.
I love you.
You stand on your own 2
I
feet,
love
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What's coming up? You said you're redoing. Matricide. And
I'm
you-
coming up with this one called the Gam Kawan, which is my kind of homage to masala chai.
Okay.
So it's used with jaggery, which is unrefined Indian cane sugar, toasted chai spices.
A little spicy.
I was looking for more like,
Because that Indian.
it's kind of dedicated to my lovely woman who loves chai lattes.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I've been
that.
meaning
Who
to
doesn't
do
like a
something.
chai latte?
Exactly.
I love
So
that.
that is what I'm going to be doing next. So it's going to be
And Colombian necktie coming back.
the sours I'm coming out with
Coming back.
next are actually going to be probably this strawberry basil sour IPA. But I haven't decided fully yet. It might be strawberry sour saison.
Okay.
But I have the label in mind, and it is very Italian-driven. All Italian Pilsner malts.
Okay.
Now I'm like, how did the Italians kill people? I need to know.
I would love to fucking tell you. Hold on. Let me bring this microphone.
Get in close and sexy.
So, it's called Testa d'Amore. And what happened was this woman fell in love with this Moorish merchant. And he, hold on, sorry.
This is a love story, people.
No, hold on. That's why I'm like taking a second.
I love it.
I can't make this a love
I'm
story.
hooked already.
So what happened was she fell in love with this Moorish merchant, and I think her family found out about it and killed him. But the other story I enjoy is she found out that he was cheating on her with his family back home. So she decapitated him.
Oh, shit.
And then took his head and loved him so much, she made a planter out of it. And then planted basil inside of the top of his head.
I'm just going to say that's the shit that I would do. So be warned.
Yeah.
All of you.
No one fucks with the Sheila.
I love it.
That's what my wife will do.
The new Steve Pominski planter will be out 2023.
I love it.
I gotta say, he would make a great planter.
He would.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
So-
That's very Romeo and Juliet, like, takes a fucking dive, man.
But
Sure.
Love
the
it.
story went, and it became like so well shared that people were very like, oh my God, why is that basil plant doing so well in your window? So then they started doing the heads of Sicily. That's what that became a very famous thing.
Okay.
Were the heads of Sicily, where people would use heads like terracotta planters in the
Right.
shape of people's heads to grow their basil plants.
Anybody want to sacrifice their head right now?
Yeah.
Come on up, because I'm ready.
We have a
Anybody
beer
can
ready to
use-
brew for you.
Let's go.
When I die because of my hedonism, you can use my head. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying.
We will be
I
there.
love it.
Billy,
Love it.
appreciate you being on the show.
Of course.
Awesome times. Give everyone connections. I don't know if you really even give a shit. No, you don't fuck. So if you want to find them, it's on.
Listen, if you want beers focused on torture and execution,
Yes.
go to Nightmare.
Just search it on Google and you'll find it.
Yeah.
That's like
That's
deep
it.
within my soul, honestly. It really is.
If you want to know where the beer is released, go to Instagram, because I'm not going to fucking advertise anywhere else.
There you go.
For you,
Besides the
man.
Wort.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
We'll have it. We'll repost it.
There you go.
Sheila, really quick, some plugs before we get out of here.
Yes, I don't know what you want me to plug,
Thanks for
but
having
Long
me. boys.
Island?
we got a ton of shit coming up. We do. We got
Yeah.
6 different beers coming up.
Yep.
Sours,
Ton of shit.
a lot of different shit that we've never done before. And Kevin, our head brewmaster, I'm so proud of him. He's pushing us to places we've never been before.
Yep.
And I love it. And Lady Brewster,
Nice.
those lady beers, you gotta drink them.
I totally turned you down when you said that. Say that
That's
again.
okay. I said Lady Brewsters until the end. Give me a smile and then get the fuck out of here.
Amen.
Thank you guys.
Frank,
Small batch ales and lagers,
That's
hazy IPAs and crispy beer. I got a lot of lager in the tank right now. A lot of IPAs coming up. So
and check him Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that
Yeah,
good shit.
hit me up on Instagram at Noble Savage Brew Co.
Yep.
You can also find us on Facebook.
me a beer?
Awesome. Frank, Sheila, Billy, we appreciate everyone's time. We'll be right back right after this.
Govs Radio. You're listening to Govs Radio, streaming live 24/7. Visit govsradio.com for our show schedule and upcoming studio events.
This is The Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GovsRadio.com. We are live here at the Burgerology Beerfest 2022. We are here live with Mike from Kegger. This thing caught our eye. You guys are directly across our way. We've been staring at it pretty much all day.
Kegger Tap.
We want to talk to you a little bit about this because this is a game changer, in my opinion, from the people who want to have a home.
I'm enthralled with it.
Yeah?
Earlier on, I kept looking at it, and then when we went over and spoke with them, I'm just like, okay, you're changing my life right now. You are totally changing
Something's
my
not
life.
right here.
There is things going on.
Game changer.
Oh my Lord.
So, Mike, tell us a little bit about how this started up and a little bit about it.
Well, one of our founders, Eric, he went to a party once, and they were having trouble. Well, just
Really
once.
once?
Oh, okay, just maybe more than once. But they were having trouble with the hand pump.
Yeah.
And someone said, "Hey, you're an engineer. You go figure it out." And he did.
So give us, what did it take to get this going? What was the R&D of this? How did you figure this all out?
Well, the easy part is to get the air into the keg. It's more about regulating to make sure that it gets the right amount of pressure and that it can tell back to our app how much beer is left in it.
So there's an app involved?
Yes.
All right, and then that starts getting into engineering and computer programming.
Yeah. So, I think we jumped a little.
Yeah.
Tell us what
it
the
is.
Keg and Lantern.
Yes. It's a replacement for the hand pump. So it automatically regulates the pressure inside the keg using our internal pump and an internal battery. You just flip it on, connect it, and then you're done. And that's going to give you about 2 psi of pressure, and the beer will flow. Perfect.
And that's what typically a beer keg gets is 2 psi?
That's the lowest end. It's already set for the lowest end just to make sure that it doesn't foam over. Some beers do take more, which is why with the app itself you can put more pressure.
Oh, so you can regulate it.
Yeah, you can regulate the pressure.
Okay.
That's the lowest, you can go even higher.
All right, you guys are just... You're killing me right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of science here.
Yeah,
but I'm liking all of it though. That's the thing. All right, there's more than one party they went to. I'm telling you right now. There was many parties where this shit didn't work properly, and they said, "We know how to fix this." All right.
Yep.
How long have you guys been working on this? And is this the first iteration, or?
This is the first iteration for the public. It was actually released about in August of last summer.
Okay.
We released it. It's in a couple of distributors. You can go online and buy it. But before that, we was R&D for 1 to 2 years, just working on it.
Now, did you guys bring it to other companies? Did you see what potentially it could be?
You might want to bring this to the Shark guys. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
We applied once. We didn't get it. It was before we launched, so we don't know how it's going to be.
I would do it again.
I would do it again because those guys. We've actually one of our sponsors went on Shark. They didn't get any money, but
you get the promotion.
They get the promotion, and they are selling a shit ton of their product. Beer maker for your
beer maker,
yes,
I know beer maker.
Yes, they went on the Shark. They're one of our sponsors. We've had them on. We've actually had one of their units. We've used it many times.
Yep.
And so you might want to try this again because I think this.
It's something special.
I'm telling you right now. I've been to, and as you might have been,
absolutely.
From college on out, we've been to many parties where that fucking
foam all day.
Oh, because
you're sitting there with a cup, just over the keg,
and pouring it on the ground till you get beer.
Yes. We don't have that. Luckily, we prevent that issue. So you get the most out of the beer in the keg.
Now it's rechargeable. So what went into the recharging, the science of all this? Like, what's behind the cup?
What's in the cup?
I love that. You guys made it the right cup.
What's in? Yeah, we made it look like a red Solo cup just because that's what you think of.
Yep.
But in the cup is a pump, so it gets the air from the outside, pumps it, keeps the pressure. It has a battery in it. And then it has the control board itself that relays the information, it controls everything, and it relays to the app.
And just a simple Bluetooth connection?
Yep. Any phone can connect to it, Android, iOS.
Wow. This is something that I think people, and I would even, for my age group, for the 40 and over, we'll say that. I don't go with the pump.
I'm in my 50s and I want that.
Yeah.
I want that so bad. I want just for the cool factor.
Yeah.
So when my friends come over and they're like, "What do you do?
What the fuck is
this? Fucking pour the beer." But after that, what do you do?
Yeah. Tell us about the science. So is it a relay just telling you how much pressure to put into there?
Yeah. There's a sensor on the board itself that tells how much pressure is inside the keg. So it's just all it's trying to do is keep it at that pressure. So whatever goes below, the pump turns on to turn the pressure back on.
All right, so it's constantly rotating, going through that and all that stuff.
And the pump is strong enough to actually keep the whole. You can go through a whole pitcher without it losing any pressure. It's just going to keep up to it.
That is awesome.
So it'll work for like events like this where you're just pulling out pitchers all the time.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have this out there for a little bit. How can people get their hands on it? you have a QR code here today, but where is the connection, social media and stuff like that?
The easiest way to find all that is go to our website, Kegger, THEKEGR.com. It's going to have the list of the local distributors that have it for rent, and then you can also find the social media and buy it online.
And you guys are based out of where?
We're based out of Port Washington.
Oh, so right here on local Long Island?
Yeah, we're Long Island based.
Okay. Did you guys go to school on Long Island?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
High school in Port Washington, then I went to Nassau Community College, then went to Brooklyn.
NASA Community.
It's good stuff.
I'm an alumni of the AA Liberal Arts program of National
Liberal Arts, baby.
Liberal Arts, but then I transferred to Hofstra. My degree's at Hofstra.
Hey, don't poo-poo on
communications, baby.
Yeah, man.
I went to media.
Yeah, so there you go.
To NCC. And then another one of the founders is Hofstra.
Oh, there you go.
St. John's, so we're all Long Island based.
All Long Island based.
All four of us are all Long Island based.
I think you're going to sell a bunch of these. I know today's a weird day with everyone drunk walking by.
Yeah.
But out there on social media, you guys have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, it's all there. Yeah. This is actually our first event ever.
Really?
This is our first one.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, we're glad we had them on.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It's our first one.
And I'm telling you, you guys are directly across from us, and I kept looking at it,
just staring at it all day.
What the fuck is that
staring
thing,
at it.
man?
That's everyone walking by.
I just see a red cup like, and a cake tap on it.
And then now that you actually are here, and I am like, I'm going to blow my friends' minds when I. Now, do you guys have a website? You can order it off the website?
Yeah, thekegger.com. THEKEGR.com.
Awesome. Mike, really appreciate you being on the show. We hope you get a bunch of these sold.
Oh my God, bro. This is
amazing.
I am, and I know what's going to happen. It happens with everything.
Yeah.
This is the first, this is the beginning.
Yep.
And then you guys are going to refine it, and it's going to get better. And it's going to get better, and it's going to get better. To where you won't even see the red cup anymore.
There'll be no more pumps.
No, it just, who knows?
All Bluetooth.
Who knows?
Everything's Bluetooth. The beer comes out Bluetooth.
That's
just wirelessly into your cup.
Well, our little beer maker is all Bluetooth too. So it just brews beer and tells you everything via Bluetooth.
Combining current technology with the need of the people.
I wish you nothing but the best with this thing because I'm an older tech guy, and this shit is hitting me right where I want to be.
It's bananas.
That shit is bananas. BANANS.
Mike, really appreciate it.
Brother,
go
thank
to
you.
thekegger.com and you'll or just type in The Kegger into Google search and you'll find them up and check it out. This is where Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com live here at the Burgerology Beerfest. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Gubs Radio. This is the Wort on Gubs Radio.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
This is the Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com live here at the Burgerology Patchogue location, 2022 Beerfest. We're having a great time here. Great weather, great times. We have Greg and Maria here from the Patchogue Burgerologies. Guys, thanks very much, first of all, for inviting us to be on. We've had a great time. So we've had a great time. One of the things that we've heard from a bunch of the other breweries is that they were hesitant at first, but then they saw you book the people that everyone wants to see.
That's the goal, right?
That is, right?
I mean, what are we going to throw the fest for? I mean, I told you last year, we started off small. We had the fall fest, and we had about 35 breweries show up. It wasn't bad. But, you really want to get those big names out there. You got to get Billy showed up from Nightmare. Come on, man. Come on.
Had him on for like 40 minutes.
Dude, I hate that fucking guy. So, no.
He's a fucking legend.
I actually gave up my seat as a co-host.
He did.
You're the co-host.
I just sit down.
You can ask Maria. I'm that guy's biggest fan. I bring him in. I'm like,
Literally his biggest fan.
this guy's number one.
I love him too, but Craig really loves him.
I just can't drink his beers because they're fucking 17%.
He comes over and I have a 13% beer. I'm like, oh, thanks. Section
Thanks for putting me to bed tonight.
Appreciate
that.
No, but everybody showed up. I appreciate everybody coming out. I couldn't ask for a better turnout. And like you said, though, you got to get the big guns here.
Yeah.
And other half is so nice to send some kegs out for us. We had to represent our table.
Awesome. Oh, yes.
And Abomination.
Yes.
Got a big shout out to Josh.
Hopscotch.
Hopscotch. Oh my God! Today's the first day I actually met him in person. Yeah, and he showed up. I said, "Dude, you're a legend in my mind." It's like you guys. I follow you guys. Yeah. I learned from you guys. I'm not gonna. She said
I learned from Craig. Craig is literally my beer mentor.
So by proxy, you're learning from us.
Literally.
You go to the basement. I still got this guy's handles in my basement.
Don't tell him that. I'll be going down there.
And I do appreciate earlier you saying that.
Yeah, you're a legend in the industry, especially on Long Island. Everybody knows who you are, and everybody respects you very much.
Thank you, brother. He is, and he's spawned off a lot of breweries.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that what Steve has done to the community and has
the
brought
collabs
to us.
are insane.
And there's still more to come. We got 1940s coming up.
Yeah.
Apparently,
The
because
collab will probably drop.
Charlie was supposed to be here. I don't know what happened.
It was funny. I reached out to him. He's like, no, we're coming. I don't know what happened.
It's all right. We're all right.
Well, yeah, I think you guys are good today.
Hey, listen, we're having another one October 23rd.
There you
Mark
go.
your calendars. You guys are invited. We're gonna throw down the whole.
Are you guys gonna make it like an Oktoberfest?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't even know. It's just gonna be fun. I mean, we did have a Stein holding competition with the last one. Probably do the same thing.
That's a good one.
We gotta do all that stuff, right? It's October. That's what the people want.
It's cool. You should do. Hey, who has the best leading hose in costume or one of those things?
Yeah. We gotta come up with something to put us on the map as a beer
I'm
fest.
definitely telling you. I've been to a couple of those, and people who dress up like they are from Germany.
I bet they would.
And especially if you give them something like just a gift card, like for a free drink or something.
Yeah.
Bro, people are savages.
We know.
So give us a little breakdown of Burgerology. You guys have multiple locations.
Yes, sir.
Give us the overview.
And by the way, congrats on the new location in Birmingham.
Yes. Congrats goes to her. She's
You did that?
Well, we are family-owned and operated.
Yes.
It is literally me, my mom, my dad, my brother, but we do have great help such as Craig, who's been with us since, 4 years? 3 years? 4 years. So, the 4 of us are extremely hands-on, but we have the best managers ever. They're like family to us, but they literally, the way I trust my brother and my dad and my mom, I trust Craig.
No, we fight.
We fight.
Fought last night.
But that's family. That's family.
Like brother and sister, we'll fight, but then we're
She
fine.
called me
At
out.
the end of the day.
Called you out.
You try the sausage and peppers? The sausage and peppers is delicious. We gotta charge more for that.
Actually, we have not eaten anything today.
No, we haven't.
We gotta get you guys some
That
food.
might be a problem.
We gotta ship over some burgers once we're done here.
That might be a problem towards 6 o'clock.
You want burgers?
Well, we've been drinking, so.
No, we're gonna get you guys some food after this.
We'll get you
Yeah, we'll get you the VIP treatment. The VIP treatment. I mean, unless you want the sausage and peppers.
The good stuff on the inside. I don't mind a good sausage and pepper. It's delicious.
Honestly, it's great.
Well, you guys. Well, here's the thing. So I remember back in the day, and it's been a while when you guys opened in Bayshore, and I go there, and I hear this. These guys are like burger. This is what they do. They make burgers.
They do make burgers, but not at Bayshore.
Not Bayshore.
RBC, right?
Rockwell Center, Huntington. Yeah.
It was RBC. I'm sorry.
Rockwell Center was the first one.
Yes, it was RBC. I'm sorry. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, what am I having here? And they're like, oh no, what do you want? I'm like, no, I want this with bacon and of course.
Egg.
And I get this burger that is a juice bomb.
Yeah.
And it's not a juice bomb like you're drinking right now, but it is. And this is my best part of this story is it's dripping down my hands, and I'm like,
sir.
that's the way it's supposed to be. Because you go to places that say that they are burger places, and it's dry, and it's just a burger, and there's nothing special about it. But when it drips down your arm, you are.
It sounds like you're hungry.
When we first opened,
You're making me hungry.
Right?
when we first opened, our biggest thing was finding our meat blend. So our sister restaurant, the first restaurant we actually opened was New York Burger Bar, Massapequa.
Oh my God!
So it took us
I didn't
forever to put the meat blend together. So it's the same meat blend as Burgerology.
All right, so you need to give me that meat blend.
I don't even know it. They don't even
have to give
I know veal,
percentages.
pork, and beef.
I don't want percentages,
It's like
but I just
like
want.
an actual meatball.
We got brisket in there. We got. Look at that.
I don't know.
She starts turning red. You
That is.
You can tell. You can tell.
I
I'm
love
also a
that.
horrible liar.
But we don't know is the percentages, and that's the key.
And I don't want to know. I don't want to know the percentages.
Hey, you don't want the burger to shrink, right? That's a hit.
Oh, that's true.
No shrinkage here.
No shrinkage.
None.
You guys have now what amounts to a network of these restaurants.
Yeah.
How is the management going for all that? How do you guys all like keep the Burgerology brand together and yet still have these separate locations?
I would say it's a challenge, you know, with that pace that we're growing. You know, it's a challenge to keep everything consistent in all the restaurants. But, you know, we do have an area director, John, who's unfortunately covering for one of us in another restaurant tonight. Not here. But we work as a team. If we're needed another restaurant, she calls me and needs me in another restaurant, we're there. You know, they all run the same. They all run the same systems, more or less. And you can basically, you know, you can go from one to another, just like you can go to Applebee's and go from one to another.
Right.
And it should be the same product at all of them. That's our goal. It is hard. I'm not going to lie to you. It is hard.
Definitely hard.
But we're trying our best to be consistent across the board, and hopefully, knock on wood, we got another location coming.
What? Wait, what?
I don't know. Maybe we could give us a sneak peek.
Are you going back to Bayshore? Because apparently they were in this.
Hey, listen, we have looked in this.
How about this? How about this? It's somewhere a little bit closer to Garvey's.
Oh, shit.
Not that close, but a little close to Garvey's.
All right. Port Washington.
She will look at us. Well, that's what we're working on, and consistency across the board is key, so that people keep coming back. You know.
And there's a ton of breweries in and around that area. So again, destination, set up those networking systems.
It's all about those towns, right?
And by the way,
For sure.
just thank you guys for when I was open having my beer on tap.
Of course.
Of course. When I
Good
would
beer. We put good beer on tap. That's what we do.
and actually, that's I have to say from day one. Anytime I ever went into Burgerology, I was going not only for the food, but I knew the taps were going to be
you can get
something
a decent beer.
I really wanted.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It means a lot. Because I learned it all from guys like you. Because I knew nothing. I came from the corporate restaurant world, drinking Stellas.
That's a good
Still
joke.
drinking Stellas.
Still drinking Stellas.
As long as you didn't say Bud Light. Bud Light would have been
But I had to learn the same. They came up and they said, we got this brewery, Sand City, and we keep them on tap all the time. So
There you go.
Okay.
As you should.
It was Sand City and Barrier. Barrier and Rockville Center. They're in Oceanside.
Yep. Yes, and they do our
we're
kicking
in Rockville
knowledge.
Center. So me and one of our old employees, who's still an extremely good friend of mine, went and made the collab. And every month it changes.
All I know is though, when I used to deliver beer to Rockville Center, I love the catacombs underneath the. I was like, go down the stairs. I'm like, oh, you go straight, you go left, wait, where you go. And it was under all the different buildings.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
great.
It's literally like a cave down
But,
That communal
but
business.
again, just going there, having every time you're not getting the same burger because you can't, because you want to try
everything.
Iteration.
You need to try the Einstein.
And just the FYI, so
It's my favorite.
Ricky, who's manning the taps over at Barrier today,
The best man ever.
he used to be one of my ex-students.
He's a legend.
I've
as well.
seen him move up through
From Manhattan Beer.
Horace and Sylvia's,
Yep.
where he was a busboy at one point.
He's
working his
awesome.
way through Horace and Sylvia's and getting into the beer end, and then going to Manhattan, and now going into Barrier.
You know what I love about Ricky? Ricky literally, he came out of Manhattan and went to Barrier because he loves craft beer.
Yes, he does.
That's what he did it for.
Yeah.
Way to go, man. You're
Yeah.
going
I
for
love
your
him.
passion, and you know he's going to go places with that.
And him paired with Bobby,
Oh,
the two
my
of them
God.
are
Bobby's
great
a savage.
Bobby.
Bobby's a savage.
Shout out to
Love
Gabby
him.
as well. Gabby's
yeah.
always got our
Also,
butt
Gabby
covered.
is the wheels.
One of
She's
my
awesome.
favorite shows we've ever had is when Bobby was in the studio. We had
he's something
Graz.
else.
We had my buddy from Mike from Boston. He's one of our remote correspondents from the Boston area.
give me
who
some
calls into the
Trillium.
show. Oh yeah. Oh exactly.
Well, we're going to Atlantic City in a few weeks.
Oh, yeah, AC
and
Beer
Barry,
Fest, baby.
and Barry is going to be there, and we're hoping Bobby shows up because.
Oh, Bobby's
He's
going
awesome.
to
Yeah,
he's got the baby now, right? They just
Well,
had-
that's the problem.
That's- oh my God.
Well, you know what? He's been going to England. He's been going overseas. overseas.
I'll tell you this much: he goes to the good ones.
Yeah, yes, he does. And this is.
Oh, he's saying he had things to do, bro. He had things to do.
We got to come up with a shtick. We got to come up with a name.
So, what did you guys go through? And speaking of that, to get everyone here, like, what's the process? Who do you call first? So who's the first one on your list that you're like?
Barrier and San City.
City.
And actually, they're already
down.
counted as in. They just have to be here. And they showed up. So somebody showed up. Brendan showed up late today.
Yeah, well, they did show up.
But he also covered my butt with an extra jockey box. So thank you, Brendan. Appreciate that.
He's awesome.
He's also a...
And then from there, you're just feeling everyone's going to just fall in line because they
you
see
got to
San
reach
City
out.
Barrier.
I'll tell you, I mean, I love all of them, and whoever's watching, a lot of you ghosted me and just didn't answer, which is fine, and I get it. You got to get the respect. You got to earn it. You know, if I was Snallygaster or AC Beerfest or something like that, they're all saying yes.
Well, you're telling them,
like, I think there's another one in Patchogue, right?
You're telling them, no, we got enough. We got enough.
Well, I mean, it is tough. People are just starting to get their feet underneath them.
Yeah,
and
you know,
so
after COVID, and now we get this another scare. But
I mean, point sold, you got a packed out place. This place is packed out. And not so much that you can't enjoy yourself.
Well,
we cut it.
So much
earlier when we saw the line,
oh man, I got scared.
I'm like, here we go. This is gonna be good.
Sent all of them up front to try and get them in as fast because I felt bad. They're out there not drinking. You want them in here.
And they're looking over here.
Yeah, you know, and I felt bad. We jammed them up, but next year, you know what? Maybe we'll have two handhelds up there to make the process go faster.
I don't even think it was that bad because everyone seemed to filter right in pretty quick.
Pretty quick, but
you didn't get any bad feedback on that or anything. No, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, people came right in, and all of a sudden, you know, it was kind of dead in this back area, but all of a sudden, boom, people filtered in.
Guys, bringing up my car over here. Bringing up my car.
Yeah,
there you go.
I'll take it too.
While my fiance is talking to
you want to drive my Bentley?
Yeah, I'll take that one.
They had the umbrella in the door, like a Rolls Royce.
I actually tossed the guy against the back end. This guy got a little wise up front. He tried to kick me, and I threw him against that.
Literally.
People get wild, man.
And again, people suck.
Yes.
We know that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't respect establishments at all. They don't realize that it's people trying to actually have a life and make some money as they're doing it.
People don't realize.
It's all business, and if you're here just to kind of put a shit on it, then what's the point? What are you doing? Enjoy the life and the vibe and everything else that's going on, and you'll have a good time.
And the good day that we got blessed with today.
So I hear like right next door, there's like going to be an open spot right next to you guys. Like Darling is going to be moving.
No, I don't.
I wonder what brewery might open over there.
It's not Barrage.
And as I put that up, my wife is always sharpening the knife.
What, do you guys know anything about that I don't?
No,
this
not
thing's
right now.
going on.
Tried to get Darling out for the first fest. They weren't about it.
Yeah.
This time I knew they were moving out, so I didn't really want to put more pressure on them. So I got out. But I'm curious what's going to land there. I know there's some guys hunting for a place. So
maybe next year when they are established outside,
there's nothing better to have an establishment right next door that makes fantastic burgers, and you can put a hole in the wall and just have it
serve them right there.
Fucking come through to you. You just order it and it's
that's what Threes does in the Huntington.
Absolutely.
They serve the Vauxhall right over there.
Even the Threes in Brooklyn,
they love Threes too.
They rent their kitchen out.
Yeah.
So when they first opened up, I went there and it was Rose's Pizzas.
Yep.
And it was there for 3 months. And then after 3 months, somebody else came in. So they had nothing to do with the licensing of the kitchen. Somebody kept renting it. I'm like, you fucking guys are just so intelligent.
Yeah, exactly.
You're way beyond me, man.
Genius. Go the ghost kitchen.
And right after them, there was a Mexican place that
You got to do what you got to do.
So good.
Anything's a hustle these days.
So you guys are planning on another festival in October. What else is on the schedule though coming up in the next few months? You have summer coming up. You got this outside spot.
We will be at Goose Fest next week, representing Burgerology.
Nice.
You got to
Yes.
throw down for that. You know, that's a great cause. We always want to contribute to that. And again, the guys from San City, anything they do, we're going to support 100%.
There you go.
They asked us, I believe they asked Maria, and she said we're in 100%. It's not even a thought, especially for what happened and the whole situation. The recruit's so fun, it's great. So we'll definitely be out there next week. Farther than that, it's a little bit hard because, like you said, we got a couple places that are opening up, so it's hard to put our foot down.
Just like you keep saying couple.
Yeah.
And you only gave me one.
Yeah, we got Port Chef.
We got Port Chef.
Port Washington. No, Port Washington.
Maybe.
There's a guy sitting over there that could fire me instantly. And he will. He's done it before.
Shut up.
And he realized he's error of his ways.
He's so annoying.
No, we've had it out. But no, there's definitely some more on the map. We're trying. We looked at a couple options out of state that didn't happen. Stuff falls through. So you don't want to say something that's going to fall through.
Let's go through. You got here in Patron. You got Huntington. You got RVC.
Rockville Center, Huntington, Astoria, Patchogue,
Stony Brook,
Farmingdale, Midtown.
Yes, Farmingdale just opened.
Right.
No, it just opened.
Farmingdale just opened.
Wow. I know when you guys first opened, I actually was walking by and you guys didn't actually have food yet, but we could drink, so we drank. It was like the first few days. So we went in and we drank.
You live right over there?
I actually, I had the brewery in Farmingdale. I live in Merritt.
Oh, okay.
So I'm right between like Rockville Center and Farmingdale now.
You're my neighbor. I'm from Belmore.
Oh, good for you. South?
North. Sorry.
North.
Whoa.
There we go.
I was waiting to see what you're going to say.
Love to hear it. Love to hear that.
We're north of Sunrise. That's where it goes.
Whatever.
And so you have a bunch of places that are opening up. You guys are basically franchising this throughout Long Island and New York. What is the next biggest step?
I would say, the obvious step is to gain traction out of state, right? You watch guys like, you name a brewery just to relate to it, the Montauk, right? Yeah. Montauk's been crushing a #1 best-selling IPA in New York for years, right?
We've chased
them. Now they just started hitting Jersey. Yeah. Just started. That's the kind of thing you got to move. You go interstate, and then after that, obviously.
Well, if you look at other half, they took over Goose Island. They took over Goose Island in Philly.
Unbelievable.
They're upstate New York, and then they have obviously from Brooklyn. Those guys have been
the expansion that they've shown through the pandemic. Literally, most of it through the pandemic.
And it was
Park opened up quietly.
It was all delivery. It was all. Hey, you want to meet in Seaford train station? You could get beer. I had it delivered right to my goddamn house.
Bro,
I swear to God.
The amount of times that I went to Syosset train station to pick up beer.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Or if you go to Hicksville. Fucking
genius. And now they're delivering over the whole entire island. I didn't even know that. I was the last guy to know. I found out before the beer fest. Literally the last guy to know.
I guarantee if you do delivery to Syosset train station, I'm getting Burgerology. So.
Well, that's what it was.
I
was in Huntington. I was like, hey, listen, we got to get some good beer in Huntington. Let's go pick up some other head. I know it's going to be pricey, but it's worth it.
Yep. No, it's worth the real estate and everything else.
When people see it on your beer list, you're going to come. And not only are they getting that great beer, but they're getting the food again, which is the key.
You got to have both, right? You got to have both.
And it's that meat blend that nobody's told me about yet.
The
secret meat blend.
You're gonna die with that recipe, aren't you, Maria?
No, she's not. I'm getting out of it before I leave.
I literally don't know it.
It could be unfair. I don't give a fuck.
Years and doesn't know it.
Oh.
It's a secret.
All right, so you know what? There was a girl going around with tequila. You were doing shots, and
you don't want.
She's gone. She left at 5 o'clock.
Oh shit! Damn it!
Oh no!
We got her. We trapped her in the back.
I think there's still Screwball up there.
Yes, there was. There was Screwball up front.
Yeah. I heard he's trying the Screwball with the Spider Bite Raspberry Stout.
That sounds fucking awesome.
Now that's an idea that we can get behind.
Let's get you guys a burger.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get a beer.
Greg, Maria, really appreciate you being
on.
Wait,
hold on.
No, she mentioned it twice. What is
the best burger on the menu?
What is it?
So, is our signature blend, Secret.
Yes.
Then Swiss cheese, braised short rib, which is amazing. Caramel gravy, which we make from the braised short rib.
Cooked for 12 hours.
Legitimately. Caramelized onions. So good.
Jesus Christ.
Very
if
healthy.
we don't eat, we're going to die.
Wait, the question is, though, how do you take your burger?
Oh, yeah, this is do or die right now.
Yeah. This might get you.
I do a medium rare.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You're good.
And that's two.
Yeah.
All right, you're good.
All right. On the way.
All right, you're
Yeah,
good.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, if
for
somebody
having us.
says well, they get punched in the face.
Yeah, no, it's too
You
much.
say medium, and I'm judging.
Yeah, this first
I wouldn't know. If you
Either
said
one
well, you were
side or the
getting
other.
If you said well, you were getting a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
You were getting chicken tenders.
I really appreciate you guys being on.
Yes.
Thank you very much for inviting
being
us.
here.
It's been an awesome day. I mean,
You guys are
can't ask
invited in
for anything
October
better.
too. Come on down.
Awesome.
It'll be
Yeah,
a blast.
we'll make
I'll
this.
have it a little bit more organized than this time. I
No.
promise.
It was actually, Craig is so hard on himself. It was an amazing event.
Yes.
All to Craig.
Oh, without doubt.
Legitimately.
Yes. I need
Hats
my
off
team,
to
bro. We
Craig.
don't do
He's
anything wrong.
awesome.
We haven't heard anything from anybody that was in a bad sense.
I'd say the beer's going to start
everybody's
running
on.
all positive
soon,
vibes,
though,
for sure.
right?
For sure. So we're with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com. We're going to get out of here in just a few minutes. We'll be right back right after this.
Govs Radio. You're listening to Govs Radio, streaming live 24/7. Visit GubsRadio.com for our show schedule and upcoming studio events.
This is The Word with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com. We are live here at the Burgerology Beerfest. We're wrapping up here. Wrap it up. We got James from Talkhouse and Keg and Lantern repping them. We got Ricky from Barrier over here. Hey. What's going on, guys?
What up, buddy?
So we got Rick here, good friend of mine. Has been repping Barrier for quite some time now. We've heard good things. How did today go? I mean, you're off the tap, so you're the only one that was there. How was the response here at the festival?
We almost sold out so far, so a lot of people like them. I mean, we brought our classic, the money, so it's like everybody loves
Money!
Money, baby.
And you guys have been pulling, of course, all the hazy IPAs. We were talking to Greg
That's what people like.
from Burgerology just prior to this segment, and we were saying, who are the first two people that you guys are going to get on your list to get everyone else to fall in line? And Barrier, San City.
I figured
back. The Haze Craze boys from Long Island comes in there. So is that how it went? The first two phone calls, I guess, came in.
Well, yeah, he said it was just like, you're in. That's how it starts.
So you don't even have to get a response. I think he said. I think it was just like, yes, they're coming no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, Craig is my boy, and also like San City is like one of my favorite breweries ever. I love all the guys out there, and like Mark, just started working for them recently.
Yes.
I used to work with him at Manhattan Beer, and he's like an OG. So like, he showed me everything about craft beer back in the day. Before I was even into it, like he was showing me craft beer, and like Bernie and I've known forever. So like, me and San City are like super tight. Like out of anybody who's like local Long Island, it's like San City's like my favorite brewery. Period.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even say period because Barrier had a broader reach at the time before San City.
I'm saying
really
myself, not
I know. But then other people would say, no, San City has been like the Haze boys since day one. But you guys hit that scene, as we've talked so many times before, have established yourselves throughout the Long Island area that area, as that holder of.
I will say right now,
holder of Haze.
Money IPA is the all day IPA of the East Coast.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
specifically Long Island. Definitely, I agree with that. 100%.
You go anywhere here on the island, and even in New York City, that beer is the beer to have. When you see it on tap, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm having that.
Yep.
Which is all day IPA, Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. You go to places, you see it, you're having it. You're like, oh, okay, I know I'm getting that same awesome beer every time. Yeah, that's the beer.
When I first had Money IPA, like there wasn't a lot of stuff like that coming out of Long Island in general. So it's like when I had that, it was like my favorite beers were like Henny Topper and stuff like that. It's like I had that and I was like, wait, you can get this shit on Long Island?
You just
like, you know what I mean? Like it's like wait, you can get like this quality beer. It's like Money was literally the game changer, which is why I think like so many people mess with Barracks because it's like literally you can get that quality of beer locally, right? Before everybody else was doing it. Now, like it's like there's so many great beers, but it's like at that time, it really wasn't that much. It's like Vermont and all those other places. You were hearing California, West Coast, but like you weren't hearing locally. And it's like Barrier was like phenomenal. So.
And now's the time. I mean, this is when you have breweries from Queens and Brooklyn. You have Long Island, Nassau, Suffolk. Everyone's doing amazing stuff.
So here's
the golden age. It's a golden age of beer.
Here's a little story from back when.
Yeah.
So before I opened up Garage, I stop off at this tiny little brewery, 1-barrel system in Oceanside.
Hey, thanks, Frankie.
That is not where it is right now. And I just walk in, and there's this guy with a goatee, and I'm like, hey man, I'm looking to open up a brewery, and he's like, hey, you want to try some stuff? And it's Evan.
Yeah.
And Evan was from 6 Point, and he decided, I have an idea of what I wanted to do, and he had this idea, which was great. And so I sat there for like an hour talking about beer and in general of what he was doing and how he was doing. He had no floor drains. He was like putting shit down in like the sink, and he was fucking really like, I just want to open a brewery, and I have this idea, and we spoke for quite a while, and I walked away, and I'm like, and he wasn't even open yet. He was just let me try beers that he was going to release. And one was a rye IPA, which I don't even think you guys make anymore, but it was fucking unbelievable.
We make a rye IPA now.
What's it called?
A funny story about it.
What's it called?
So originally it was supposed to call it Ruthless Rye.
It was, yes, that's what it was.
And then we got sued.
Yes. You don't get a cease and desist.
So yeah.
From Sierra Nevada.
Yeah. And now
I remember that, brother.
Now we call it Evil Giant. So
yes, and if you listen to the name Evil Giant,
yes.
But that beer, that was the first beer I had of Barry's. Again, not open yet.
One of my favorites too.
Yeah, it's a good one. It truly is.
Very tasty.
And so I drink this beer and I'm like, he's fucking on to something. I don't know what he's on to, but he's on to something because this beer is delicious. So then a year later, I decided to open a garage, and everybody's like, oh. And the funniest part was, oh, what do you want to be, Barrier? Because it was B-A-R-R. Yeah. And I'm telling you, to the day we closed,
still have people still here. Still say that.
People would be
it's
like,
crazy.
oh, you guys are in Oceanside. No, we're in Farmingdale. Wait, no, you're Barrier. No. And it's. I was happy because I was getting.
It's a good one to be associated with.
I was getting looped into a really good brewery on fucking Long Island, and I was like, yes, we're cousins. But anyway, yeah. So I met Evan right at the beginning, and right from the get-go, I was like, this fucking beer. And to this day, I truly have not had a beer that I was like, yeah. Barry has always been like that brewery where you're like, yeah, I know, wherever it is, I'm going to get a good beer from it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And it's
hard not to.
I like that you guys are through the tri-state now. You guys are
East Coast, really.
It's really the reason why I work there is because it's always been my favorite brewery. Like, forever. So it's like, that's always my favorite New York. Like, them and Grimm are like my favorite two New York breweries. So I've always
worthy of the talk.
Yeah.
Grimm is definitely worthy.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I love your tasting room. Like, it's so like off the beaten path, but like also there's so much energy that's going to you guys at every moment.
It used to be like a really little tiny like crap hole.
Oh yeah.
Now we've expanded.
It was a little tiny crap, and then all of us, it was like, okay, we need to fucking
You got the outside spot now and everything. It's just so much nicer.
Food truck all the time.
The food truck
Cheesy
slaps.
Pete's.
Easy
The
Pete's.
food truck slaps. I will say the food there is fantastic.
Cheesy Pete's.
Tell us a little bit about.
I've eaten it multiple times.
Yeah. Tell us a little about. You're repping Talkhouse and Keg and Lantern.
Yeah.
Give us a little background on both of those things. Are they brewing Talkhouse at Keg and Lantern?
No.
I know Keg and Lantern does a lot of contracting.
I work as a consulting partner with both Keg and Lantern and Talkhouse.
So it's a third party.
I'm a third party person.
Okay.
Pretty much Keg and Lantern, they've had a restaurant in Greenpoint for 13 years.
Yep.
Beautiful place. Everybody knows it because they have the 16-ounce can wall.
Oh yeah. And it's the funniest thing. So I go to with a couple of friends of mine. We're doing the Brooklyn thing, and by the end of the night we're all fucked up. But so we go to Keg and Lantern, and I already know the guys over at Keg and Lantern. I've been there before, hanging out, we're drinking, and my one buddy goes, "Hey man, I gotta slow it down." I'm like, "Okay, no, that's cool." So we go out, we're right by the window. That's that little nook And we're sitting by the window, and he comes back and he's got a double fucking smoked peat scotch. I'm like,
where did you get that?
I'm like, bro, I thought you were slowing it down. He goes, oh, yeah, well, the bartender, she was really cool and nice, and I went with that. And I'm like,
and we're revving it back up again.
Bro, all I'm going to say is by halfway through the end of the night, he was non-existent anymore. He was but yeah, so I'm drinking the beers from Keg and Lantern because that's what I'm there.
Yeah, and we have phenomenal brews.
Yeah. And the thing is, a lot of people don't understand, the brewery's underneath the actual establishment. It's downstairs. Not a lot of headspace, small system.
We've expanded since then.
Yes.
So the restaurant still has a couple of casks downstairs, and they still brew and ferment like our specialty stuff there. But we built out a whole new facility in Red Hook, Brooklyn, on Beard Street, right around the block from the Widow Jane Distillery.
Yes.
We have two huge fooders. That's where we age our sour series, Jazz Chickens. We do another series called Daydreamer, which is like a foeder aged pale ale. Very tasty, very funky. Fooders for days. And then obviously our Golden Ale is our flagship. Very easy drinking. There's not a lot of local breweries that do a Golden Ale year round. They want to focus on the Pilsner and Lager experience. We're an ale brewery first and foremost. Our summer seasonal is actually a Mexican style lager called Pocho.
Oh man!
I'll send you guys home with some of those.
Ooh,
I didn't put them up at the Brewfest today. I didn't have enough with me.
Love a good Mexican lager.
But anyway, I used to work with SKI in Lower Manhattan and in Brooklyn. And that's how I got into the Keg and Lantern guys, because the restaurant in Greenpoint was my client.
Sure.
I left skiing December of last year, and Keg and Lantern called me about a week later, and they were like, hey, you sold a lot of our product when you were on board with us. You were helping us when we were trying to get guest taps and whatnot. We would love to have you on board and expand into the Long Island market.
Very cool.
So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of months. Around the same time, the people at the Stephen Talk House reached out to me. They have their own like spiked seltzer canned cocktail brand, very similar to High Noon.
Now, Stephen Talk House.
Craft. The one in Amagansett.
Thank you.
Yes,
the famous venue.
Where I remember seeing real big fish. And being in a fucking mosh pit and getting destroyed. And it was one of the best days of my life.
Yeah.
It is one of the best bars on the face of the planet.
And it's so not talked about anymore.
No, it isn't.
Which
they still have legendary artists that go there every summer.
Yep.
It's like this little like gem of a place that
without a doubt
all Long Islanders have heard about, but they've not necessarily been there. You know? So they started their own canned cocktail brand. They drink like a hard seltzer. They're 5%. Two of the flavors are tequila based. The grapefruit and the blood orange are tequila based.
Cool.
The vodka-based ones are the cranberry and the lime. All of them are 5%, 100 calories, female-owned, by the way.
Oh, get out of here! Really?
Yeah. So
I did not know that.
So the gentleman that owns the Stephen Talk House, his daughter gave up her stake in the bar to start the brand.
That's awesome.
Because not a lot of people know this, but for liquor, you can't have a stake in a liquor license in New York State and own a liquor brand as well. Honestly, most of the country. I mean, look at George Clooney with Casamigos. He had to give up all of the stakes in all of his restaurants across the country to own Casamigos. So that's what what Ruby Horner.
That's awesome.
She gave up her lineage and her stake to the Talk House to start this brand.
Where can you find it right now?
Liquor stores. If you go to talkencore.com, that's TalkENCORE.com. You have your store locator. We've just launched 3 months ago into the broader market outside the Hamptons. So anywhere in Brooklyn, Long Island, Queens, you can find, even in Manhattan, if anybody out there is listening in Manhattan.
They will be.
They will be. You go on the store locator on talkencore.com and you'll be able to see the liquor stores and the super I'm glad that you like the Berry Bomb from Keg and Lantern. But yeah, you can find all the liquor stores and the bars that carry us at talkencore.com.
So you've kind of been traveling around. You know, what have you noticed about these two brands that really stand out from the rest.
The fact that we're for Encore, for the Talkhouse, the fact that we have tequila-based flavors, that stands out immensely, and the fact that we're like a local take on like the High Noon and like the Cheetos of the world.
Craft version of those things.
It's very craft. We're the only one that doesn't use artificial sweeteners or anything like that. Everybody always says,
I always find interesting.
It's
because
just natural
the majority
fruit
of them are always artificial.
As far as Keg and Lantern goes, a lot of people really appreciate our IPAs.
Of course.
They're just done phenomenally. Our brewer, Lee Carlson, fantastic guy. He really knows what he's doing. And we do a lot of different one-offs, like the Jazz Chicken series, which is our sour series. We do different fruit. We do different fruit for it every month.
That's
so
awesome.
we have the same base in one of our fooders. We add different fruits to it every month. And like this month, it's the berry bomb. It's strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry.
I like that you keep using the term fooders.
Not a lot of people know what a fooder is. And honestly, it's a fun word. You know, like people listening right now are going to be like, I'm going to look that up. Hopefully it's something pornographic, but it's not. It's just a giant cask that makes your beer taste
For
good.
the longest time, breweries were fighting amongst each other who was going to be the first one to have fooders. And now, I think there's probably like 7 or 8 of them in Brooklyn and that have them.
Yeah, and we have 2 of them.
And that is awesome.
I want to thank you guys for being on. It's been an awesome day between the beer that we've had, the people that we met. Unbelievable. We really want to thank Burgerology for hosting everything. Greg and Maria, awesome people. We had them on earlier today and had a great time.
And we had burgers that were...
dude, the burgers are unbelievable.
I peeked over here when you guys were having the burgers. You were enjoying yourselves a little too much.
Oh, my God. Bro, it smiles on our faces.
It was a burger with...
brisket.
With brisket and caramelized onions. With Swiss.
You can't beat that.
Medium rare, that was...
the goodness that ran through
all the
it.
buzzwords.
Unbelievable.
Bro.
Really want to thank everyone for being on the show. Thank to all our guests today. And again, thanks for hosting us. And we'll try to get back here in October when they do this all over again.
Definitely.
This is a good one.
I think we have to do it.
This is a really good one. We had a lot of friends, a lot of new people. And good times. And definitely check out Keg and Lantern and Talkhouse. And of course, Ricky from Barrier. And say hello to Bobby for us. Because he said he wants to come back on. I said any fucking time you get back in the United States, you come check out.
He's
Grab
your
Ricky.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Well, who's going to AC Beerfest?
Yeah, who's going?
Me.
Yeah!
We'll be there, brother.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah!
So I want to get back on this show again.
Is there anybody else going with you, though?
Yes, Katie.
All right, good. So whoever's going with you, just let her know. I'm going to be in and out of the tent throughout the weekend. Hanging out with us.
We're going to be there.
And hanging out watching Newfound Glory and Alkaline Trio.
And then go to the Brooklyn Emo Fest.
Oh, you going to Emo Night? You get tickets for Emo Night?
I'm not really an emo person.
No, but you will be. Trust me. This will work out for you. So we are going to be live. Our next show is going to be a replay again. We have Memorial Day off because we're on Monday's show. And then the following, in 2 weeks from there, we will be replaying our live from AC Beerfest. But we will be live in AC Beerfest June 4th and 5th down in Atlantic City, New Jersey. We're going to have a fucking great time. Ricky's going to be there. We know a lot of other people are going to be there. Some of our New Jersey buddies.
It's going to go bad, just so you know.
We'll introduce you to some buddies. There's a lot of good people, a lot of good beer. Again,
we're going to have a good time. We have Airbnb. So, you know.
I'm definitely going to sing overnight for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We're staying for...
To drive home and come back the next day is going to be...
We're leaving Monday
That's
sometime.
a non-starter. That's for sure. Again, thank you to Burgerology for hosting us tonight. We had a great time. This is the Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com. Typically, I'd ask for Steve for his last word. So what do you got?
If you want to touch me in the dark, that's fine. But, yeah, have a good day.
All right. And since Pete's not here, I'll say have your pets spayed and neutered. This is the Wort with Mike, Pete, and Steve, GubsRadio.com. And we out.
Well, that's 2 hours of your life that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me? Please hang up and try again.
This has been The Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.